Okay. There we go. I don't know why my mic did that. It just died on me. Bro, everything doesn't work. Everything doesn't work when I need it to. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, guys. I can never get a moment. Let me see here. Oh my god, Donnie has posted so much stuff involving the the Nerd City stuff after I asked. Holy shit. Cuz I want to do a Nerd City stream eventually. I just want to like collect everything that I possibly can on the Nerd City stuff. I really just want to collect everything I can on that. Kind of like an update on the channel, just like a tiny bit, okay? Some of the clips are a little delayed just for basic stuff. So hopefully I'll have a clip up today for the Mr. Beast stuff. We might go over Jake's new video that he put out, which is just the worst goddamn video I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe that this Jake Weedle, whatever the hell his last name is, guy, people take him seriously or take what he says seriously or any information seriously from him. It's shocking to me that people give a shit what this guy has to say. It's just what it is. All right, let's just switch over. Hello. I had none of this prepared. Okay, none. I was like, it's Friday. Do I want to stream or not? And I was like, yeah, I'll stream. I'll stream for a good chunk of time. And I'm like, just get it done. Just get it done. Get it done. I got to watch you and Leon on my day is done. Also, it's 9:45 p.m. in Italy. Get air conditioning. Okay? Get air conditioning. The European people don't know the beauty of air conditioning. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Okay? I need to, like, state something. Okay? Just like a tiny little thing. Okay? You do have air conditioning? Perfect. So I can't make fun of you like I did Beckett. Because the British don't know what air conditioning is. I kind of want to, like, get something off of my chest, like, mildly. Okay? Mildly. Got it?
Whoa! What's up, Chris? Give this to Chef.
I will. The VTuber community is something that I, like, stay away from pretty often. That community is like a den of vipers and completely hypocritical retards. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot. A lot of the bigger ones seem to be more of a significant issue. The more and more I keep hearing stories about them, I might go over the Nuck stuff. I'm going to be real. Yeah, the VTuber community is a very disgusting place to me. I've seen some of the stuff about Nux, and Nux is sus as all hell, bro. Like, he's sus as shit. Oh, man, he's sus. This is interesting to me, okay? Because this involves Nux, right? And I might go more in depth on the Nux Taku stuff later, okay? But this is interesting. This one, Bungo Taiga. Bungo Taiga is interesting because it seems like it was framed as a false pedo story, right? It was framed like a false pedo story against this person. But come to find out, there's a lot of things that this person was trying to hide. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you make artwork of, like, the most disgusting shit imaginable and just be like, it's not that big of a deal, bro. Or, I used to do that, but no more. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe you? I don't. This is just disgusting. But Harmful Opinions is cool. Yeah, I've been watching more and more of his stuff. He's captured my attention. I enjoy Harmful Opinions content. I've been paying more and more attention to him when it comes to drama style content more than anything. And it seems like he's very proficient in it. He's done it a good amount of time. Bungo Taiga might be worse than Nux. I'm not sure. Again, the Nux stuff I've been like cursory going through. I saw Queeman has been like wearing Nux's face mask as like a trophy. Dude is collecting W's. Was right about Boys Critical, about stupid bullshit. And then you also have the Nux Taku stuff. Queeman's on a roll. I'll give him a shout out for that one. Who's your favorite opinion? Confusing or the right or harmful? Harmful. Because Confusing lied to me about being a Jew. Who even likes Nux? Just horny jokes and that's it? Yeah. I rarely have watched any of Nux's content. I thought he was interesting on the Some Ordinary Gamers podcast, but the more and more that I learned about Nux, the more and more I did not enjoy him. And then the whole thing about the Mama Max stuff, that put a really bad taste in my mouth. Like a really bad taste in my mouth about that. Well, that whole, Muda's also in that. I'm not even gonna front. Muda is in that. Like, it's just ridiculous. My favorite part of the story is that they were cleared of being a Shotokan and they're actually far worse. Yeah, see, that's the funniest part about this. We're gonna get into it. Because I never look at the VTuber community. Again, I find this place a den of vipers, disgusting individuals, people that are into weird artwork that is borderline pedophilic sometimes. You also have people that kind of like make weird sexualized anime content on the internet, which you can argue is maybe a form of what's the word I'm looking for? I would say indoctrination to sexualized content, maybe. It's really dependent.
My favorite part of this story is that they were cleared of being a Shotaken. They are actually far worse.
True. But this is the thing. So borderline, when I say borderline, right, I mean in the context of not all VTubers fall in this line, right? There are regular VTubers that do content that is specifically designed for 18 plus, right? So I have no issue with that. Same thing with fucking Twitch streamers showing, like doing the fucking booby streams and shit like that. If they're labeling themselves 18 plus and not trying to push into a demographic of audience that is children, I really don't care. But there's something about the VTuber communities. There's just something about the VTuber communities I just find it breeds like a degeneracy like no other. I don't know what it is. The degeneracy is way more palpable than anything else I've seen on the internet. I don't get it. I don't get why people watch VTubers. I really don't. Only Broadbush, brother. Who the hell do you watch with that? Does that stuff? I don't know. Every time I see a clip of a VTuber, it's like weird sexualized jokes and tits popping out. It's just weird shit. I don't get people that enjoy VTubers. I really don't. But this one in particular is a very interesting case, and Harmful Opinions does a great video kind of like putting it together.
As you may have seen recently, nothing quite ticks me off like a slippery, manipulative anime avatar weirdo. And thanks to a little bit of information brought to my attention by Cope and Seethe on Twitter, Bungo Tiger...
Shout out to Beckett. Okay, listen, I need you to understand. The Cope and Seethe Twitter account has a lot more problems than... it's not even problems. The Cope and Seethe Twitter account has posted some banger stuff that has made, like, rounds of actual significant content later on. That's the funniest shit to me, is that Beckett's Twitter account is the one that's causing all this drama. It's just great.
Can officially join those ranks. Forget the incredible exoneration document that reads like it's written by a 13-year-old fanboy. Forget Tiger's twitlongers. In May 2021, Tiger defended himself with a big old Google document. Let's take a look at it. Oh, turns out nowadays it's private. The internet, however, is of course forever, and there are multiple archives of the full document available. I'm going to leave a step-by-step or more serious analysis to someone else. Today is all about what ticks me off, and we'll be jumping around the document freely. Regarding the allegation that they asked for 17-year-olds' lewd pictures, Bungo...
There's literally no other content other than pedo content. Oh, I can't escape it. I can't escape it. It's never. It's I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't escape the pedos. It's impossible. Like, the content is nothing but that. My God.
Tiger is a bit more talk.
One story not involving a minor, please. It'd be great, Xylee, right? It would be great. Remember when we were just laughing at Mama Max? Remember that? Remember all the other times that we were laughing at shit? You know, I really miss the days of the QTV drama. I do as well. That was just like an easy, clear cut. This dude is retarded drama. Like, that was just so clear cut.
Here than they ended up being in their 2022 twit longer. They said it was an offhanded comment at the time. I thought nothing of it then or since. It was a bad, edgy joke for shock humor made by a stupid, edgy 19-year-old, which I regret making and am sorry to have made.
This is interesting, right? So they're doing the whole age argument. It's like, oh, you know, it was an offhand comment at the time. I thought nothing. Then or since, it was bad, edgy joke for shock humor made by a stupid, edgy 19-year-old. 19, 18, 17. 3-year age gap. See, this is the thing, right? If they just came out and said, yeah, it was within that time frame, it was wrong. But our age gap was this. You might have been able to make this a little bit. 2 years? Oh, yeah, 17 to 19. You're right. 2-year age gap. 2-year age gap. So it's not even that big of a deal. But the way that they're writing this just seems like they're flogging themselves. They're just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's like, bruh, it's not great, but it's not like the worst thing imaginable. The stuff later is really bad, which I regret making. I'm sorry to have made. After I said it, we immediately moved on. And I didn't think about it again.
After I said it, we immediately moved on and didn't think about it again. Okay, so far so good, especially if you can't see the original conversation.
Wasn't this also Chris Tyson's initial excuse? Yes, but the age gap was significantly different. Chris Tyson was like in their mid-20s. Lava was 14. It was like, whoa! Like, that is fucking massive. Summer of 2024 is basically summer of spurging pedos. Can anyone even the slightest bit of just following, just not touch kids? I literally don't get that. It just doesn't make sense to me. How all these people can gain like reputations. They can build up communities. And then the first thing that they do once they start to get a little bit of power, first thing that they do is DM them kid. The first thing that they do is try to get in the pants of a child. I'll never understand that. I'll never understand how your brain could just flip to that and go, you know what? Yeah. Time to start hitting up some kids. Like, I don't get it. Is it just something that happens when somebody gets into a position of power? I don't get that. Like, people that have hit 10K subs get caught doing this shit, acting like they're important, and then they start DMing like all their minor fans and start trying to hit them up. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because it seems like every person that gains a little bit of a following, again, position of power, they start doing that. I don't get it.
And spurging pedos. Can anybody
there's something in the play buttons. Yeah, there's something in the play buttons.
Kids, please.
I wish. Bravo Sierra. Wait. What's the Bravo Sierra? I don't know what that means, but thank you for the 5.
If I thought there was even a % of a chance that Ozzy would ever actually send me nudes of someone he or I believed to be underage, I would never have become friends with him. In the screenshot, he makes it clear they had already been
Beetle Pins, I'm just trolling. You did good art, even though I didn't ask for it whatsoever.
deleted. And I asked as a bad joke, knowing full well he couldn't have...
Hey, Chris, is it true that you have a... I do not. What? No, none of that's real, Trent. Like, what are you talking about? What?
Sent them.
No. That's the weirdest question I've ever been asked.
knowing they
Even for like a troll question.
didn't exist anymore. As he said to me, he deleted them. Let's take a look at that screenshot ourselves, shall we? Bruh. A server I'm a mod in, a lewd poster turned out to be under 18, but he's friends with the owner. So I need to go through 20 pages of nudes, deleting them individually.
Whoa! Hi friendo. What's the Bravo Sierra of the day?
Server mod in. A lewd poster turned out to be under 18, but he's friends with the owner, so I need to go through 20 pages of nudes. 20 pages of nudes. How much? 20 pages? How do you send that many nudes, bro? Like, how do you send that many? How do you send that many nudes? Did the other person even send that many? It's fucking crazy.
Bruh. Either Taiga is literally retarded and doesn't know how tenses work, thinking someone saying they need to do something
14 pages of nudes Dark Viper sent his girlfriend asking her if she truly loved him.
means
That's how you get somebody. You just keep sending nudes all day long. You never stop. That's how you really get someone's attention. You just keep unabashedly send them nudes until they crack. all day long.
they have already done it, or Tiger is willing to blatantly, directly lie because he knows you won't check. My first reply in the tweets is FFS. Hey, that at least is true, meaning for fuck's sake. The joke was supposed to be the immediate tonal shift of me sounding disapproving and then immediately encouraging it. I didn't say it was a good joke.
I hate this shit. Does this look like... Hold on. Let's look at the screenshot again. For fuck's sake, send them, though. This is the other thing that I don't get, right? Someone says, hey, I've been sending nudes to somebody under the age of 18. I don't get how your first thought is, for fuck's sake, send them to me as a joke. I don't get that. I don't get how you could just chalk that up to like a joke. Okay? I don't get that. Look, right there. Right there. That's the screenshot. Send me them, though. If someone comes to you with that, if one of my friends, my real life friends, said that to me, I'd be like, dude, you're a fucking degenerate piece of garbage and you're on your own. Fuck you. You're on your own. Like, that's not a... That is a horrible fucking joke. I don't even believe that's a joke. I really don't. I don't. But that's just my interpretation, reading the out-of-context screenshot, okay?
Meaning, for fuck's sake. The joke was supposed to be the immediate tonal shift of me sounding disapproving and then immediately encouraging it. I didn't say it was a good joke. Upon learning they were 17, I replied with, oh, who cares, because they were 1 year from being 18, and I wanted to reassure Ozzy not to...
How old was this Aussie person?
...worry too much about deleting the lewds, reassuring him that he probably wouldn't get arrested or anything. Of course, Ozzy knew that at the time, and he knows that now. There was absolutely no malicious intent behind these messages.
Very odd framing of that. That's a very odd framing. I want to read this again. Upon learning they were 17, they replied with, oh, who cares? Because they were 1 year from being 18. So that's an entire year that this person was a minor. 1 whole year that this person was starting. A whole year. This person found out that they were sending nudes and lewds to a minor. And your first response to that person wasn't, holy shit, what the fuck have you done? You're disgusting. Get out of here. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't get this. The VTubing community is a degenerate place. Just like every other goddamn community. You got the Minecraft community and so many others. It's a horrible place.
Yeah, I didn't know why people were suddenly saying Tiger was innocent when
Okay, high as a kite.
and Discord shit. It was very confusing cause I was paying attention to the OG drama.
Well, the thing is that it's because the VTuber community is incredibly parasocial. Like, they're incredibly parasocial to what they would consider to be, I guess you could call them, like, VTuber idols. There's a different level of parasociality with VTubers than there are with regular streamers, right? Like realistically, if I did something like Tyga did, this audience would eat me alive, right? Eat me alive. There would be streams of other creators just shitting all over this and just getting eaten. Like, my channel would be ripped apart like a dead carcass, right? But there's something about the VTuber community where they don't police their own very well. And they kind of just let shit go because they don't like drama. They're a lot like the gaming community, right? They're a lot like the gaming community. They aren't into drama, so they look down upon people that talk about the drama. Would you rather have fake boogie drama or another pedophile drama? Fake boogie drama, way funnier. I just get to call Boogie a fat retard the whole time. I don't have to psychoanalyze a pedophile allegation.
What's that I smell? Oh, it's bullshit. A lot was omitted to paint this false picture. FFS, send me him though. Tie that bad, the mod responds. You saw...
Oh my god. I love that. Bro, this is why Harmful Opinions' videos, like, capture me. Because it's like, oh, here's the screenshot. Maybe there's more context to it. I don't know yet. Boom. It just gets worse. Ty, that bad. You saw him too. You better share. Just copy it and send it here. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. What? Just copy it and send it here. Wait, how young? The person says it. The person telling you says they're under the age of 18. That should be bop, done. No more. That's not a joke at that point. No way. No way that's a fucking joke.
Two, you better share. Just copy it and send it here. Wait, how young?
What makes it not a joke is the wait, how young 17, who cares, which is not the context they were trying to tell. That's the bullshit that Harmful Opinions is showing you. That's the bullshit out of the document that Tyga put together. It was, oh, who cares? But there's a whole other conversation in between this that Tyga has omitted. That's the bullshit that's being sniffed out right now. That's the bullshit.
17. Oh, who cares? Having seen the full screenshot that Tyga was talking about, do you genuinely believe the oh, who cares line is Tyga saying, don't worry, you won't get in legal trouble because they're so close to 18? Or to rephrase that question, are you 18?
No, you will get in legal trouble. You will. Because under the age of 17, soliciting nudes from somebody who is a minor is CP. The law does not care. If it is sent over the internet and they are not above the age of 18 or the age of 18, the law will fucking come down on you like the hammer of Damocles, okay? The law doesn't care about that shit. They just go, under the age of 18, you sent photos and received photos? Oh, you're going to jail. And you are on a watch list now. Like, you're on a watch list. Sword of Damocles, true. My bad. I say the hammer of Damocles. I think it sounds more intense.
Schmuck.
The hammer of Mjolnir.
Are you a chump? Are you a moron? Next up, we have their discussion of Loli and Shota and the art they commissioned. Ladies and gentlemen, even if you are a sicko into that stuff, please stick around, as regardless of my opinion on it and the people who are aroused by such images, they're
pedophiles. I'm just going to say it. Pedophiles. People that get turned on by depictions of children are pedophiles. Like, it's not... I don't know why that's such a contentious argument. Yeah, we're constantly trapped in the lolly and show discussion. Pedophiles. Like, that simple. Yeah, Tipster's favorite topic. I don't get how we have an argument like this still to this day. I don't get it. Hello, everyone. Just got here. What did I miss? Oh, fun conversation. Very fun conversation, Sony Locks. Very, very fun. Thank you for the 4 months of being a member. Thank you guys so much for being members, by the way. Memberships keep the channel around. It really does.
There is sliminess here, there is slipperiness here, there is spinelessness and deception here. Plus, I've heard that even people into some lolly stuff aren't a fan of ToddlerCon.
Oh my god, there's a different term? Are you fucking... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's another term. There's another term. Watch out, Chris. That weirdo, Rev Says the Sue, might see this stream and argue with you. Or might send you the lolly expert tipster. Yeah, Rev Says the Sue. You know what's crazy? I've heard about Rev Says the Sue for a while now. Okay? A while now. And each time, I get different stuff from it. The last person that talked to me about Rev Says the Sue, and Xylie's going to find this funny, is Michael Alberto. He was the last person to tell me about Rev Says the Sue and called him a freak. Which is very intriguing. And I never looked into it. I never looked into the Rev Says the Sue stuff. Never did. All I know is that he has a VTuber avatar that's like a lolicon. That's all I know. I don't know much about him. It's outside of like doing basically slop drama content for the VTuber community. Hold on. We need to circle back to the non-lolicon now. Like what? There's something called ToddlerCon? What the fuck? How is there a term? How is there a term for that? How is there a fucking term? Oh my fucking Christ. How is there a term for that? It's just disgusting. Like, how do you allow that? Like, the country of Japan, seriously, how do you allow this? If the country of Japan made ToddlerCon, oh my god, this is fucking disgusting. Like, it's just, ToddlerCon is more of a Western concept. The West has fallen. The West has fallen. The West has fallen. Rev advocates for lolicon on the daily. They bat for pedophiles and weaponize their audience against anyone who criticizes them. Interesting. I might need to look into Rev a little bit deeper then.
First mention is on page 1, starting with the elephant in the room, pedophilia. If you,
I am fed up with the stupid VTuber shit. It's kind of just like it's a medium. So I don't have an issue with the concept of a VTuber, right? So let me kind of like articulate my stance on this shit. I have no issues with people that are PNG tubers, VTubers, anything like that. I literally could care less, right? Do your content, attract the masses, do whatever you want. It's the audience that they cultivate and continue to allow to cultivate. Then they use that audience in ways that are either degenerate, attacking other communities, or what's the other thing I'm looking for? Or use it as a shield, you know? As a shield. So those are my issues with the VTuber community and everything like that, okay? That's my legitimate issue and gripe with it. Now, are every VTuber like that? No. There are good VTubers out there, okay? There are good VTubers. But the ones that are in power seem to constantly be in some sort of bullshit. Or they have been associated with some kind of creep nature. Or they've had something wrong happen. It's always a mess.
Read the doc, then you've seen some private art. Can't be that private if I ended up seeing it. Just saying. Let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah, you could say the same thing about the politics community, too. But there's something about the parasociality of VTuber communities that I feel like is a lot more potent than the politics community. Politics is like them defending each other because they're all ideologically aligned. VTubers are just a form of content, and they isolate themselves from the rest of the internet. And then they create these weird pseudo-quasi communities that are really, really, really too invested into the creator. Does that make sense?
I don't like kids, and I'm not attracted to kids. I am not a pedophile. Brave. Can you imagine if they said otherwise, though? Now here's where the seeds of slipperiness are planted. The art is what it is. I've gotten Tiger drawn in diapers before.
I can't escape the diaper shit. I can't escape it. I can't escape it! I can't escape it! It is impossible! I do one call making fun of a guy with diaper fetish art. And now I can't escape it.
I've gotten him drawn in water sports art. Both have been addressed well over a year ago in tweets that are now deleted due to harassment, but luckily some have been screenshotted and are included here. Tiger being their handle and also the name of the character they represent themselves with. They then quickly apologize to anyone disturbed by the content. Okay, so next up we have a tweet that is addressing diapers and piss stuff, I guess. What are they gonna say? Like, oh, you think it's gross and cringe, but it's just how I am, yada yada. Hey guys, I wanna make a post saying I will no longer associate with the word Shota.
What? How do you... If you enjoy... What? Wait a minute. wait. Hey guys, I want to make a post saying I will no longer associate with the word Shota. Not that I really did before, but I want to make it extra clear that I don't wish to be called one. I've had my eyes sort of open recently. I'm going to distance myself from certain connotations. What? Is that... So, my first question would be, is that in context with the VTuber model that he's using? Because apparently, Tyga markets himself as like some sort of twink femboy VTuber. Right? That's at least what I remember from this video. That's how they associate. So, that's what they're meaning, is that they're no longer associate with the word Shota in that aspect. But the thing is, though, is that they commissioned art of their persona in sexualized manners, which is Shotacon. So, I don't know how you could disassociate from a word when you are the thing and have commissioned the thing that you have done. How could you... How do you disassociate from the word that describes it?
I will no longer associate with the word Shota. My understanding is that Shota is the male counterpart to loli. It's little boy characters. Not that I really did before, but I want to make it extra clear that I don't wish to be called one. I've had my eyes sort of opened recently, and I'm gonna distance myself from certain connotations.
You know what you do, right? If that's the case, completely shift your avatar then. Completely shift your entire content scheme. If it's about the model, right? Make it a grown adult. Make it a man. Make it like a real man, you know? Not some other shit, you know? Like, imagine putting a tweet out like that. That's what? Imagine that's your life, is that you have to put out a statement that you no longer want to be associated with the word Shotacon. That's fucking crazy. I couldn't imagine being in my life, in the life that I live, ever tweeting out the words, I no longer want to associate with the word Shotacon. I don't think I'm ever gonna have to tweet that in my entire life.
This is just word games. This is playing with labels. Why is this term coming up in relation to your commissions of your character in diapers or pissing? And how does saying, don't call it that, address that if it just is? A common problem with things like this is that you can't show people stuff, but they need to see it to understand. So I have curated 2 examples that I think are safe to illustrate.
Oh no. not this.
Straight why people call them drawings of little boys. Exhibit A potentially entirely innocent picture. Even uncropped, it's a kid at a campfire wearing little undies. Could be a childhood memory. However, given its context as one of a few commissioned pieces and the nature of the other pieces...
Get this shit off me, please, please. God, what is this?
I would suggest, unfortunately, that is not what this is. Exhibit B. Oh, it's just a little kid sleeping. It's a wholesome, cute picture. You could see... Oh, this is the water sports one. This is the variation that doesn't have piss squirting out and a look of pleasure on its face. But you see...
Wait a minute. I don't want to rewind it. Okay, I don't want to rewind it. I don't want to put that back on my screen. Okay? So, apparently, the second photo, the second piece of artwork that was commissioned by Tyga, that one has a separate version of it where it's covered in, like, piss. How isn't this guy a complete... How hasn't this guy been run off the internet? Yeah, like... Wait, how are people saying that he's innocent? How the hell have people done this? Wait, how did a whole community forgive this guy? Tyga's a man? Boy? Whatever, he's male. How is he exonerated? What?
Tyga has disassociated themselves from the label Shota, and now their little kid piss fetish art isn't weird. Tyga continues and says, I'm a little... Where have I heard that term? Isn't weird.
Hey,
Tyga...
Ron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away.
Yeah.
To anybody that embodies the love for their kids, keep the family away.
True. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm not reading that. Tyga says he's a little, because I'm not going to get clip chipped. I like what I like, and my personal, private... Okay, no, I'm not reading that either. Tyga likes what he likes, and his personal, private kinks, and absolutely not the public's business, nor do I need to explain them to anyone. Wait a fucking minute. So you commissioned that piss art because it's a kink? Is that what you're trying to say here, dude? Wait a minute. Private kinks are absolutely not the public's business. You're the one that commissioned the artwork and made it public. That is such cope. You're the one that commissioned it and allowed it to be posted on the internet. That is now, it is in public record. The public can see it with their own two fucking eyes. What? I would never condone the victimization of children. You commissioned artwork of that. So you're already off to a bad start here. Preyed upon absolutely no one. Only commissioned this art. See, that's tricky wordplay. That's tricky. That's bullshit tricky wordplay. Where it's like, oh, I've never preyed upon a child. Okay, good. But you get off to the depictions of these minors or commission art of children getting pissed on. So, just because you haven't done it to a real child doesn't mean it's still not completely disgusting. That is bullshit wordplay. That is bullshit wordplay. Okay? That's bullshit wordplay. We get Tyga because he said, I'm sorry, and the Vtuber calm don't want drama. Desu has made 3 videos saying Nuck should apologize to Tyga. Yeah, Desu should also, like, eat shit.
Continues and says, I'm a little. Where have I heard that term before?
Hi guys, today I want to talk about what it means to be a little and a little bit more insight about what is age play.
It just gets worse as it goes. Now we've transitioned from him totally bullshitting and lying, in my opinion, just straight up omitting facts and lying, to harmful opinions showing that he said, I'm a little. Whoa! And now I'm getting a description of what a little is, and it's about age play. It's DDLG. It's DDLG type of shit, where people will play like underage people, like just pretend to be a younger age. We stray from the light of God with this stuff. What? How do you people? Why are these kinks like allowed? Like, why are these videos allowed to be made? Okay. Why haven't you been bullied maliciously until you just never speak about it publicly again? Why do I need to know what this is? Why do you do this? Age play. I don't care. Don't do age play shit ever. You're an adult. You're an adult. Stop acting like a fucking child.
Age play is this huge conflicted thing of people arguing that it's just pedophiles and that's really skeevy and gross, but it's not about that at all.
Okay, might need to work on the PR for that one.
You really have to be careful because there are people out there that prey on littles, especially underage.
I see you guys arguing that it isn't pedo shit, but I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I find that shit to be borderline disturbing. I'm gonna be honest. It's like taking one toe, like you're so close to the line. It's so close. You're so close to the line for me, where I'm just gonna call you a complete freak. I'll still call you a freak even though you haven't crossed the line, but you're still a freak.
Ones who are just learning about this community and learning the word that describes them so perfectly.
Free advice to Tiger. Maybe you should have left this paragraph out when that is the first video that pops up if you ask YouTube, what is a little? And
that is crazy. That is can I do that? I want to test. I trust harmful opinions, but I want to test this. Okay? I want to test this. Hold on. I want to see if that's the first thing that pops up. And it is! It's the first thing that pops up. Oh my god. What the fuck? What is this thumbnail? What is this thumbnail?
For a bit of levity, Tipster at some point brought back some of his videos. The Tipster cycle starts anew.
What is this?
Anyway, back to the manifesto. Tiger said, I'm a little. I like what I like. And
That's 8 years ago, Chris. Don't care! Don't care! It's the first video that pops up when you type in what that is. And the first thing I see is a thumbnail of some fucking girl with a pacifier and cat ears.
My personal private kinks are absolutely not the public's business. Until you tell us, nor do I need to explain them to anyone. I would never condone the victimization of children, and I have prayed.
I'm gonna start praying to God again. I'm going back to being a religious person. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. I'm not, but like I'm borderline. Every time I look into shit like this, I'm like right on the cusp. I'm starting to pray to God again.
Upon absolutely no one. Only commissioned this art. Okay, buddy, okay. Let's hear a bit more about that art then. Keep in mind that the art is even older than these tweets and commissioned while I was still a teenager. You might not know this, but as soon as you turn 20, your sexuality totally changes. I was not yet streaming during any of the timelines where these—
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You commissioned them. It's fucking disturbing that you as a teenager would even commission that in the first place. That's fucking disgusting that even as a teenager you would commission child artwork being pissed on. It's just gross. Whoa! In my whole life.
2024
okay.
year of the pedophile.
I don't want it to be the year of the pedophile. I'm so tired of it. But like, one of my favorite YouTubers is named the Almighty Lol. Okay, what a crazy ass name to have. But like, no, I think I saw when I was looking up to watch Atop the Fourth Wall, like the whole movie, on Linkara's channel. The Lightbringer, excuse me, the Lightbringer's channel. I think that was like the first video that popped up. I think that was the first video that popped up. Is that was that channel name was the one that popped up with the most viewed video analyzing Atop the Fourth Wall. That's crazy.
Screenshot.
But like, let me get back to my point, okay? When I was a teenager, at no point in my life did I think, man, I should commission art like what Tyga does. No normal teenager, young adult person does this stuff. This is not a normal thing. And if you try to argue with me that it is normal, I literally want you to die, okay? It's not normal. It will never be normal. It should never be normalized under any circumstance. Like, I couldn't imagine being a teenager and commissioning something like that. Who cares that you did this before you were live streaming?
Were taken, and during my time here streaming in this community, my commissions have been completely unproblematic.
It's almost like you now have a public-facing persona, and you no longer do that because the public-facing persona is earning you a lot of money and respect and a community. And if people heard that you commissioned art of your OC getting pissed on with a pleasure face, they'd be like, holy shit, you're disgusting. But no, it's the VTuber community. 99% of them don't care about that.
God, I'm so sorry you've been dead-shoted. It was all from a past identity you had. We mustn't speak of it. No.
I love Harmful Opinions' way of describing that. A dead, basically the version of dead naming but Shotokan. Dead naming but Shotokan. That's a great way to describe that. What a way to describe it. I love it. We're taking...
No more art has been commissioned like it for well over 3.5 years. Not to mention my character is of age. If I had to place his age in terms of human development today, I would put him in his 20s. It's a cartoon, not a real person. Wait a sec, isn't that normally your line? Unlike in real life, in cartoon world, age really is just a number. What matters is how it looks and the impression it gives. Would anyone really suggest that if an artist produced a photorealistic, hyper-realistic sketch of child abuse, such that, unless you knew it was drawn, it would be indistinguishable from the real thing? If they said, this is my OC, she's 50, would you then be upset with anyone who called people who jerked off to it thinking it was real pedophiles? Were they being unreasonable? Now, that's a thought experiment with an extreme, and Chinese cartoons exist on a...
But that's not even an extreme. That's like a good point. It's like, what if somebody made a hyper-realistic drawing of CMS? I don't remember what it's called. I forget the fucking terminology. But like child, like CP, right? Like if somebody drew art of very hyper-realistic CSEN. Thank you. CSEM. Okay, there we go. CSEM. So if somebody drew hyper-realistic art of CSEM and then a pedo jerks off to it, But they turn around, and this is the argument all lolicons do, where they're just like, oh, it's art. It's no big deal. It doesn't change it. It doesn't change it. It still makes it what a pedophile uses to get off to. Like, but their argument is it's fake. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. That's the argument that the lolicons make. I think Harmful Opinions is a good point here.
Spectrum of realness, giving a more abstract impression, but never, ever dare pretend you're not a freak. Never, ever dare pretend it wouldn't be justified to fire you as a babysitter if the parents found out you were into this stuff. And
it's also based as all hell. It's actually fucking true. If I had a kid and I heard that my babysitter was commissioning art like that or enjoying art like that, I'd be like, you're fired, and I'm going to let the whole neighborhood know. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to let the whole neighborhood know that you shouldn't be watching a child.
Don't you...
No, that... Twisted. That's just what Harmful Opinions sounds like. I've watched his live stream. He sounds exactly like that. That's not him LARPing. That's how he talks.
Dare try to pull the, well, canonically they're 20 line when you're whacking it to a drawing that looks like this, but with added explosion of piss and facial expression. Sorry for the detour, folks. We'll get back on track now. Another thing Tiger says, I feel the need to respond to. I am frequently screenshotted saying, Shotas are hot. Of course, it's just all about a word, this magic incantation, Shota. Here's a cool screenshot where you don't use that word, and in the original...
Oh God, what is this? Oh no. Actually like kids? Not real kids, no. Are you sure? What? Are you sure? What? Yes, I'm sure. I won't tell on you. I'm not into kids. Are you? Tyga does not like real boys or girls. No, they're too annoying. According to Tyga, anime kids are hot as fuck, though. I want to be a... Tyga wants to be one. And Tyga wants to love one. Tyga says little boys in anime are just so precious. Tyga is a degenerate. Oh my god. Wait! Whoa! What is this?
At this point, forget the wood chipper, get an industrial size metal shredder. Also, if you're looking into
what is the bottom one?
To meet Canyon.
The bottom one is Tyga saying they want to fuck a little boy. What? How do you write this with such confidence in Discords? What the fuck? Tyga does not like real boys or girls. No, they're too annoying. According to Tyga, anime kids are hot as fuck, though. Tyga says they want to be one and love one. Tyga says little boys in anime are just so precious. Last one, Tyga says, I want to fuck a little... What the fuck is going on here? And this dude is what a quote-unquote little? He likes age play? How can you hate Tyga? That's one of the only biomes you can find wolves in. Your autism, Smaggle, is a thing of nature. I need you to understand that. God has blessed you with something that no one else has, Smaggle. Your autism genuinely is a gift from God. It's on another level. I don't know. I've never met someone more autistic than you. It's actually crazy to me. And I deal with people on the internet, and somehow, Smaggle, you are the most autistic one of them all. And it's entertaining. but holy shit, you're retarded. Like, yeah, Smaggle got me again, bro. Another Smaggle W. Another Smaggle W. Smaggle can't be stopped. I know Smaggle's trolling. I just wanted to let him know that I think he's a genius.
Defending Tiger, quite telling.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at with the Rev Says Dispute shit. We do love Smaggle in this chat. We do love Smaggle in this chat. We do. The eternal Smaggle W.
It was attached to the
Smaggle, I have a proposition for you. Are you still in chat, Smaggle? I have a proposition. I'm curious if he's still here. Because I have a proposition, Smaggle. I think I could get you the ultimate... I think I could get chat the ultimate autistic fight. I think I could do it. I think I could get Smaggle to interview that Shade guy that I did a call with. Smaggle, would you do that? I'd pay you for your time. I would. I would pay you for your time to interview that guy. I would pay you. I would pay you that time to interview a diaper Pokemon fetish lolicon. I would pay you to interview this guy. I would pay you money. Either that or Smaggle versus Lio Convoy. If I could get Beckett to convince Lio to do blood sports with Smaggle, I would love that. That would be the greatest day of my life.
Earlier one where you were talking about the 17-year-old, so Tiger definitely saw it and was probably looking at it while writing this. The author...
You just sent me that stream. Oh, maybe he could be a guest on the Tommy C podcast. You know, the one that's never going to happen. There's no way you guys are actually putting that podcast together. I'm all for it. I'll promote the shit out of that podcast. But there is no way it's actually happening. I'm sorry to crush your dreams, buddy. I'm sorry to crush your dreams, Smaggle. I don't think it's going to happen. Are they actually going to do the podcast? I don't know. I didn't watch the last Tommy C live stream. I wanted to because the Nerd City shit is interesting to me. I watched like 2 minutes. It was announced like a day ago. Willie Mack isn't going to do the podcast. Gay! Willie Mack L. That would be banger content. Banger content. Banger. And Willie doesn't want to do it? L. Can't record once a week. Come on, Willie.
Authenticity is not contested that I can see, and I certainly would have contested this one, specifically if it were false in the same way
No, I saw, Nani. I saw. To be real, this dude just needs to get off Discord, like, honestly.
Tiger later specifically addresses claims of racism, transphobia, and so on. Someone asks, actually like kids? Another responds, not real kids, no. Tiger says, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure, they respond. Tiger says, I won't tell on you. They say, I'm not into kids. Are you?
Wait, I just noticed that emoji. Oh no. This is not...
Tiger says, I won't tell on you. They say, I'm not into kids. Are you? I don't like real boys or girls, no. They're too annoying. Anime kids are hot AF though. I want to be one. Oh, there's the little thing. Hey, that crosses over into real life. That's their real life fetish.
Oh my god, that's so fucking disgusting. How do you get caught, like, that red-handed, and then the community that surrounds what you do allows you to continue to operate? Just writing that. Just writing that should be enough to, like, never deal with you ever again. You should be blacklisted from your community. But no. The VTuber community doesn't like drama. They don't like drama.
And love one. Little boys in anime are just so precious. I want to fuck a little boy.
How do you allow this person to operate? Even if you could somehow, I don't know how you would do it, mental gymnastics your way through the anime little boy line. How do you justify that line and go, you know what? Yeah, this guy's been exonerated. How do you do that?
Term Shota, that's too much though, for the connotations. I'm just confused with this terminology. You'd think those Discord messages would come up at this point discussing terminology, the things Tiger says about these characters, right? That they said they find anime kids hot AF? You'd want to say, that is absolutely fake.
Fuck VTubers are sweeping for this weirdo. Yeah, no, I agree. The people that are sweeping for this guy have their own skeletons. I'm calling it now. I'm not calling them pedos, mind you. I'm saying the people that are sweeping for this have their own skeletons. They do. The people that are actively sweeping for this have their own skeletons. Like, done. There's no argumentation there. From my perspective, nobody would sweep for this unless they had their own skeletons. No one. When you see a DM... What is this? Where was I? When you see this DM...
Damn it, not again. I can't handle 2024 anymore.
Just so precious. I want...
And this DM. And you're saying this dude is exonerated? You are out of your mind. You are out of your fucking mind. And I believe you need your hard drives checked.
Connotations. I'm just confused with this terminology. You'd think those Discord messages would come up at this point.
One of the people defending the guy wanted artwork from Shadman up until March of 2024, and when called out on it, she backtracked on it. What? It's involved. Wait. The Shadman logs have reached this? Oh, God. The Shadman logs. Bro, I swear, those logs that Beckett and Jenny put together are going to be referenced forever. Forever it's going to be referenced. Forever. It will never die.
Discussing terminology, the things Tiger says about these characters, right? That they said they find anime kids hot AF?
I don't know who that is. I don't know really any VTubers. I know Pippa because Medicare watches her, but like I've never watched a Pippa stream. Wait, this person? What the fuck? What? I've seen their clips. Don't they hang out with Gundam? Shinji, find me what they said about the Shadman stuff. I'm curious.
You'd want to say, that is absolutely fake. I only said Shota sometimes and didn't really understand the connotations. Weaselly, deceptive, slithering, creepy, worm. Even if you don't find their desires...
I'm curious, Shinji. What did they say?
Strange at all. You can see, clear as day, they're not playing a straight game. And to further illustrate that, bearing in mind the quotes that were shown and were in the document Tiger's responding to, here's how Tiger continued on that point. In the past, and occasionally in the present, I used the word Shota to describe a body type, a small-framed character, not an age group. You can disagree with that definition, and a lot of people do. That's why I have avoided publicly describing myself as one, or even mentioning it for most of my streaming career. If the use of the word in the past is enough for you to disassociate with me, that's fine. It's your choice, and I respect it. Even if we were to accept this, fine.
Wait a minute. What? In the past, and occasionally in the present, I use the word show to describe a body type, small frame character, not an age group. You could disagree with that definition, and a lot of people do. Yes, because it is a depiction of a child. That's why I have avoided publicly describing myself as one or even mentioning it for most of my streaming career. If the use of the word in the past is enough for you to disassociate with me, that's fine. It's your choice, and I respect it. It's obviously more than just a body type to you. You said it right here. And like Tyga, you literally said anime kids are hot as fuck though. Tyga wants to be one and love one. So you know that the art depiction that you are into is of a child. Done. Like what? This whole cult post to be like, oh, use the word show to describe a body type. You knew it was a kid, though. You know it's kids, though. You know.
Where you don't use that word. And in the...
Right here, baby. Right here. Let's see it. I don't know why it's taking a while to load. The web archive is always a pain in the ass. Seriously, are these anonymous fucking weirdos? You can retire. It's my goal to one day be drawn by you. Oh, God. Oh, no. So, is the defense of what they said that they didn't know about the lolicon, shotacon, the lolicon and the child molestation? Is that their defense? Is that the defense? Oh, I didn't know how bad he was. I didn't know how bad he was. Is that where we're going? Is that what their defense was? Like Elvis the alien? Are we doing this?
Use of the word in the past is enough for you to disassociate with me. That's fine. It's your choice, and I respect it. Even if we were to accept this joke of a word game. If what matters...
Thank you for the gifted membership. Also, Sliggins, I didn't see your 5 gifted. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you so very, very much. Memberships make the world go round.
...is that you were talking about a body type and not an age. What did you mean?
Apparently, Royalty is Here made a good video on this. I have no idea who the hell Royalty is Here is. She was ASCII as hard until March 2024. In June, her community informed about the Shad Man, even though she doesn't know the basic facts about him. Okay, so it's just stupid. Royalty is Here. Tyga. Coffin of Lele. Hold on.
So if you don't know what VR chat
Is that how you pronounce the little motherfucker's name? Okay, excuse me. T-A-G-A. The degenerate femboy YouTuber. 15 minutes? I might actually watch that after this.
Tyga by kids. Not that I believe anything Tyga says at this point, but it sounds like they think that matters. Skipping forward a bit, surprise, we have more word games. The art. Quote, Bungo Tyga has a consistent habit of commissioning his OC as a child. If you guessed that the objection would be to the word consistent, your prize is in the mail. No, I do not. Again, as stated, the most recent picture shown as evidence is at least 3 years old, the others even older. Bad phrasing. This is not something recent or reoccurring. This entire statement is once again misleading, as well as blatantly false. I'll give you slightly inaccurate, but that's it. A screenshot of a tweet follows.
Yeah, that is hold on. I gotta look at that again. So in the document, Tyga has a consistent habit of commissioning his OC as a child. No, I do not. Again, as stated in the most recent picture. Okay, but they're saying that it's of a child. The statement in of itself has nothing to do with denouncing that it's a child. So he knows it's a child. No, what I meant to say is that that community informed her, but even after that, I don't know how to pronounce their name, doesn't know the basic facts about what Shadman did. She is gaslighting to downplay. Fun! I love people that gaslight over stupid bullshit.
Older. Bad phrasing. This is not...
I love when they gaslight about shit that's obvious and easy to look at.
not something
Easy to look into.
recent or reoccurring. This entire statement is once again misleading, as
Beckett has been gifted a membership. Beckett, refund your membership.
well as blatantly false. I'll give you slightly inaccurate, but that's it. A screenshot of a tweet follows. It was irresponsible of me to associate my suggestive drawings of Tiger with the word Shota. I apologize. I will do better. I hope you all have a great day. Less than 3 fuck pedophiles. Was that meant to be a heart, or is that your cutoff? It's this again, this sub-autistic commentary of, sorry I used that word. I don't think that's what's freaking people out, buddy. In fact, the people who'd be most freaked out are the people who've never heard that word before and been desensitized in your little freak cliques. This tweet was made over a year ago now, addressing the art. The art was commissioned 2 more years prior to this tweet. This is not new, and something I have already addressed, but since it needs addressing again, I have not commissioned art like this since.
But you commissioned it in the first place, you weaselly little fuck. You weaselly little fuck. You commissioned it. At one point, you commissioned it. That's the issue. You Weasley little bastard. You Weasley little shit burglar. That is all that matters. It was commissioned in the first place. How did he get exonerated?
And to reaffirm, I apologize. Wait a second. I thought it was just the word that was the problem. Why are you apologizing for the art? Why are you convinced?
Wait a minute. I missed something while I was getting mad. But since you just I've not commissioned art like this again. Reaffirm. I apologize.
Since, and to reaffirm, I apologize. Wait a second. I thought it was just the word that was the problem. Why are you...
Which, yeah, he did state that he no longer wanted to be associated. No longer associate with the word Shota. And now we're here apologizing for what it is.
Apologizing for the art. Why are you convincing us you...
Because the art isn't illegal. VTubers are retarded. Yes, they are. Genuinely. Like, as a collective. There are some good ones out there. I know. I know one. She is a very nice person. Very, very nice. Smaller creator. She's been around the streams a handful of times. But everybody else, I don't respect the VTuber community. I really fucking don't.
You've never asked for more.
Yeah, what out of the thousands that actually make content?
It was just the use of the term. That's far too close to a direct acknowledgement of the issue people have. I might even start thinking you have a spine. Quick, throw out a whataboutism. It's deflection time again. I've had lewd art of my character drawn with a small petite body type shared openly on Twitter within the last month or so, and absolutely no one cared.
We're talking about you, asshole. We're talking about you. You trying to deflect this to, oh, someone else did this. Someone else did that, and nobody cared what that artist did. Asshole, you're the one that commissioned it and made it covered in piss. You are the issue here. That artist is also a disgusting piece of shit, but you are the issue.
You're all freaks too, you're just pretending not to be. See how this goes?
You're all... Stop it. I can only assume this is because it was done by a popular artist, but the fact remains that it contained the same small frame body as the Imagine trying to, like... Imagine trying to do the mental gymnastics on this shit. Okay? Imagine this is your drama and you have to do mental gymnastics and be like, oh, well, you're all freaks. You totally let it go when a famous artist did it, but when I do it, it's wrong. It's just... Yeah, name the artist. Name and shame the artist, Tyga. I could even argue even more so. I believe this is inconsistent with the message being pushed by the Google document. Did the Twitter account state at any point what you stated here? Let's read it again, Tyga. Did the Twitter account state any of this? Tyga's saying that anime kids are hot. Tyga's saying they want to be one, and Tyga wants to love one. Tyga says little boys in anime are precious, and Tyga also says that they would fuck a little boy. Did the artist say that?
Dances. Do I liken these images to real children? Sorry, this is too much. You're going to tell me that none of these kinds of images are intended to bear the likeness of a child, and you get no impression from these drawings that it's a depiction of a child. It is not a hyper-realistic, photorealistic image. There is some abstraction and stylization, but it gives child vibes. No? Bullshit. Tyga, who is apparently openly a little, someone who does age play, pretends to be a kid for sexual purposes, said they want to be an...
And their content, from what I understand, is of a provocative nature. And they're doing childlike shit in a provocative nature. This is gross. And thinking this stuff is normal. Don't care!
Be more like a kid and eat Tide Pods.
Yes, he milks the sexualization for money. I don't give a fuck that he was groomed from 15 to 18. Fucking Doodle Tones tried using that as an excuse. Being like, oh, I was groomed to age play diaper fetish role play. I don't give a fuck. See a therapist.
Anime kid. But they don't view those cartoons as being childlike at all. They don't liken them to a kid, even slightly. It's only a body type. You see, it's all abstract and doesn't connect to any pre-existing concepts in the mind. Shut it.
Literally, exactly, Ardnet. Don't continue the cycle. Don't continue the cycle. I'm not yelling at you, by the way, the person that said that in chat. I'm yelling at the concept that because those are what people are going to say is the defense.
Shut the fuck up. If the argument is that the characters' ages in some of the art is the problem and not the body types, then I'll concede that. Wait, but earlier to Tyga, the issue was the age. They were explaining, oh, when they say shota, they mean a body type, not the age. Now we're working off the body type being the problem, not the age, and it's only some people who care about the age. I think this Tyga fellow has no fucking values or position at all, just does what feels good and then justifies it in the moment any way they can. Would you?
I kind of agree with that. Like, every time Harmful Opinion shows, like, another level of the document shifts. It's like, oh, it was never about the age, it was about the body type, now it's about the age. Now Tyga says that they like little boys, and it switches from liking little boys to being like, well, I don't like children, and it's just bullshit.
Fancy that. I tried my best to age up the characters in most of the pieces, but that still doesn't change their canonical age. To those who this art upsets, I am sorry. I haven't commissioned any art like it since and do not intend to going forward. All of these pieces...
I get you. I get where you're coming from. But my position on that is, please God, don't continue the cycle. Seek therapy. Seek help. Talk to family, friends, people that love you, and that will help you through it. Don't go on the internet and commission Shotokan piss fetish art of your OC. Okay? You sleeps. They wanted Shaman on March 2024. Another where she downplays it. Maybe show me the one that she's downplaying it.
Aside from Lynn's art were commissioned well over 3 years ago, this is not art I'm sharing around to people I meet today. Why even pretend to care? It's so transparent. But hey, sad sack apology time is over. It's time.
What's up, Agash? I don't even know who you are, bro. What's good? Welcome to my stream of just pure anger and crazy.
Time to manipulate again. Off topic, but it needs mention. I don't understand how this is even remotely a child. I don't understand why this was described as child pornography and gilk stock. This isn't even a small-framed character. Ooh, all...
What? This is fucking degeneracy. This is true degeneracy that needs to be burnt at the stake. Tyga was saying that that's not a child? Are you kidding me? It doesn't even look like a child. It's not at all. Bullshit. The second I saw that, I was like, whoa, what the fuck is that?
The lolicons hop in. Ooh, all the lolicons are getting fired up, right? He called it child pornography. He compared it to real child sexual abuse, but... Control F in his document. Child pornography, not a term used, even once.
Alright, here's a clip of where this VTuber downplayed it.
Tharian, thank you for the $5 doodles. Merlogic is not attracted to bread stuff, but the idea of blonde white women buying the bread. He was also refused a commission by the Shad Man. I hate learning how much of a bad person Shad Man was, man. That makes me upset. I wanted art from him for the longest time, and now I can no longer have that because of how terrible a person he is.
Okay.
And I thought he was attracted to the bread, but I guess if it's just power tripping white women who with blonde hair buying the bread, that's even hyper specific.
What?
Man of Shad. The Shad Man. The Shad Woman. Nah, that's it. It's the blonde women. But what if the... Does that mean that, like, humiliation porn for him would be white blonde women buying, like, heavy grain bread instead of white bread?
What the fuck are they talking about?
Quick rundown on Shad. Apparently, he did make, some questionable art.
Questionable? Questionable art? Questionable? What? The man drew, I will repeat this for anyone who does not know who Shadman is. Shadman drew lolicon shotacon artwork. Then on top of that started using real children for his violent rape fetish of Daphne Keene, sexualizing Keemstar's daughter, and making also Lieutenant Corbus, a 12-year-old. All of these were children. These weren't teenagers. These were children. It's not questionable. It is pedophilic.
About a real-life person who was underage. It wasn't Keemstar's daughter. It was...
Yes, it was. It was one of those. There are 3 instances.
someone else.
Daphne Keene and Lieutenant Corbus.
It was someone else. It was some actress, and I can't remember who it was. Remember, he also likes to buy art of deforestation. Okay, well, that's based. You think getting refused by Shadman is something of an accomplishment? No. I think it's weird that, like, the Wonder Bread thing was his line. The Shadman's exiled from Switzerland for draft dodging. I didn't even know he...
He wasn't exiled from Switzerland for draft dodging. Who told her that? Does nobody, like, when you hear, like, a huge creator that you liked go through some bullshit, do people just not look into it? Do they just repeat stupid bullshit that they read in a chat? Bro, draft dodging. No. They got removed because the country found out that he was a menace to society for his website that had depictions of child pornography on it. Her chat is retarded.
Lived in Switzerland. He drew porn of his own mother? Yeah, but who cares? His own mother's not a minor! Thought I was talking about Shadiversity for a bit. Every time I see Shadiversity on Twitter, I automatically think it's Shadman at first until I start reading. It was the actress from the Marvel movie Logan.
She's a MAGA troll? Bro, I'm sorry. I don't care that they're a MAGA troll. They tried commissioning Shadman art as recently as 2024. They know that that art was made and still maybe proceeded to try and do that after the fact. So, and also her chat's giving her wrong information about Shadman. I just don't get it. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is total fucking bullshit. Like, what?
Oh, okay. They said it was Keemstar. It wasn't. He didn't draw lewd art of Keemstar's daughter. He just drew, like, regular art.
Regular art. Are you fucking kidding me? The whole reason... Okay, Hold on. You know Chris wouldn't be my friend to drive my boat? Fuck you. You asked my roommate to drive it. And then I forgot to text you back. You also said we weren't friends for a month. You literally told us we're not friends with you for... You said we aren't friends with you for a month. What the fuck? Like... You're fucking out of your mind. Next time you go on a boat, buddy, we'll go have a beer. All right? We'll have a beer.
Which could still be considered weird, considering...
Except we're not friends. I'm trying to be friends with your roommate. You're such a fucking piece of shit. You know that? You know, I'll leak the DMs. I don't care. This is the best. This is the best shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm just sitting there. I get a couple of phone calls. I'm like, okay, it's Keem. I'm doing something else, right? So he's like, he's like, what's your roommate's phone number? I'm like, why? He's like, I need him to drive my boat. And I was like, he's not your slave. And he goes, that was the funniest interaction I've ever had with Keemstar. No, they're funny. Keem, it's a funny interaction. It's not me leaking anything important. That was just a funny fucking interaction. I couldn't stop laughing. Dave got a good laugh out of it. But no, we weren't able to make it that day. We did go to the Erie County Fair, though. So, like, there you go. Hey, yo, your roommate's cute. No. Chris leaks DMs. Are you kidding me? I talk about one joke moment, something funny between me and you, and that's leaking DMs. Are you kidding? If you take that seriously, you're out of your fucking mind. I was on a boat with 10 girls. I was the only guy, and I used your roommate to drive the boat. His loss, not mine. Cool, bro. That's a sick story, dude. The sick story, bro. Sick story. Next time, I'll make sure my roommate's available for your slave labor, bro. I'll make sure. I want to keep listening to this song. Stop distracting me, Keemstar.
The rest of the
Stop
artwork
it. Stop it. Stop distracting me.
does. But the lewd artwork was done of a different underage person. Merlogic is also into the same women committing deforestation. So he just likes blonde white women. That's not weird. That's not weird. Isn't Shadman in prison? I don't think he's in prison anymore, but
He was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon. Or assault. Assault with a tire iron? Isn't Shadman in jail for that? Keem knows this better than I would if he's still in Shad after the whole, like, oh, the boat thing. Didn't Shad get arrested for assault with a tire iron? And wouldn't that be considered assault with a deadly weapon? How many years does somebody stay in jail for that? His case is currently ongoing, so is he in jail?
Whoa! Hey Keem, did you pay Tommy yet?
Tommy C scammed me. You're fucking ridiculous. I've told you you're being ridiculous. Like, just stop it. Just stop. Just stop. Let it go. Just let it go. You did the right thing. Let it go.
I know he did get arrested, like, last year? Maybe end of 2022? Somewhere around there? Sally! Your boy!
That's weird. I get it. She might not have, like, the whole lore aspect of, like, his arrest and everything, but, bro, like, come on. This is retarded. Here's the clip where she downplays it. Okay. Oh, it's 3 whole minutes.
Sponsors and distributors of his products will drink us.
3 minutes. Can I skip?
It was the, it was like, this was like the most prolific drawing I knew him from. And I always thought it was Hillary Clinton, but I could be wrong. I thought it was Hillary Clinton wearing the Bigfoot is real and ate my ass t-shirt.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the one where he drew Hillary Clinton as a lolicon? Like, isn't it? Are they referencing the Hillary Clinton lolicon art?
With like the gun in her mouth? Maybe it's...
Oh, no. Okay, so they're talking about the one that was in the wall that, on the wall that Chris Tyson had. All right, now I remember.
It's not Hillary Clinton? I don't know. That's who I thought it was. He likes Shad, but his art should be miles away from... Ooh, no. Do not like Shad in current year, sir. Ooh, no. See...
You shouldn't like... No, not in current year. Even back then, Shadman shouldn't have been liked. That has been a consistent thing. There has been a vocal group of people that have always hated Shadman because the artwork he made was disgusting. Period. There's no other conversation to be had there. It doesn't matter that it's current day. The people that have had an issue with Shad's art have had the issue with Shad's art this entire time. Consistently, from the day he came out and started making gross shit up to now. This isn't a current day versus past day argument. It never was.
Like, I knew Shad as edgy meme artist, man. And again, I'll get into this later. I have so many tabs. I knew him as, like, edgy meme artist because I had seen the, like, Bigfoot ate my ass artwork. I've seen, like, the Hillary Clinton art, like Jill Stone, that kind of stuff. Like, his Belle Delphine things. I was like, oh yeah, edgy meme artist. What I did not know is that he drew pornographic imagery. He drew hentai of real-life minors. And in my opinion, when you cross that Rubicon and you...
In this clip, she says that she learned about Shadman in 2023, but yet wanted art from him in March of 2024. I knew it. I called it. I know Clown. Like, when I tweeted out the Shadman logs are going to start killing, like, YouTubers' careers, and Clown went under my tweet and was like, me and Keem have been saying this for years. I'm like, yeah, I know. I followed both of you during this time frame. I knew the arguments that you've had with Shad. I knew the communities that defended Shad. I've known this the entire time before I started making content. And that was well after 2023. It's a little weird that you were asking for art when that has been publicly known information for years.
Bring real-life minors into your pornographic artwork.
Even the non-real is still pornographic artwork depicting a child in a sexualized manner.
That is something you should never do. Ever. For any reason. You knew him as edgy meme lord artist. He went down the hell. Yeah, I used to want art from him. I used to want to have, like, my character drawn by him. Because he was the edgy meme artist, and I, the edgy content creator. Like, it just made sense. When he went to jail,
I didn't really realize that being, like, a MAGA troll and a Tim Pool watcher is a edgy content creator. I didn't realize that like qualified as that. I didn't realize that was enough to be considered edgy.
thought it was for drugs. Apparently it's for stabbing a hobo. I was very far out of the loop of fucking everything. Please don't say you crossed the Rubicon when talking about hentai.
Yeah, don't.
Why? It was the Hillary Clinton one. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. Chat is fast. He called her Smalley, and that was part of the pinup tag when the website still existed. Okay, like I said, I always thought the Bigfoot ate my ass t-shirt was Hillary Clinton. I could be wrong about it, but I thought that's who it was. Drugs were involved with the hobo. Is that why the hobo got stabbed? Like,
heroin. I'm pretty sure. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. He got arrested for heroin use. And I kind of was hoping he would die of an overdose. I was like really kind of like doing this for a while. When I first heard that he was addicted to drugs, I was like, bro, hopefully he dies of a drug overdose. That would be sick. Yeah. And he's still alive, unfortunately. Aggravated assault. There were so many rumors about him, like where he went. I was just like, please die of an overdose. Yeah.
he had drugs inside of him, like a piñata, or... Salka Alpaca, thank you for the 1,000 yen. You liked Shad back in high school because he was edgy and didn't give a fuck.
You are all retarded high school. Bro, what do you mean? Oh, we all just like Shad in high school. Bro, I was on the internet in high school to college, and I never in my life at any point thought that any of this would be like, oh, bro, if I like Shadman, he's just an edgy dude like I am. How the fuck does that work? Allegedly, Shadman smoked tar heroin. He should have done more until he died. That'd be great. You know? But God is a sick man. A sick man with sick thoughts. God doesn't punish the wicked. He lets them continue to operate.
Looked up to him, sadly. I never looked up to him.
See, now we're getting into axes. I heard it was a tire iron. She said it's stabbing a homeless man with a knife. You're saying axe. I've heard tire iron. Like, nobody knows.
I just thought, you know, edgy meme art man. Did not know he drew real minors. That is grotesque.
But what about the other minors? What about what about him just depicting minors in sexualized, suggestive ways in general? See, now you're saying rail spike. I've heard tire iron. I don't know. I've seen Kiwi Farms mention a baseball bat and an axe. So now we have baseball bat. Like, all I know is he was arrested for assault. I don't care what weapon it was with.
I love the 6,000-year-old lolly cum demon vampires.
That's her dono sound?
And thank you for the $20 doodles. Now draw.
That's her dono sound? Hold on.
Did not know he drew real minors. That is grotesque. I love the 6,000-year-old lolly cum demon vampires.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Get this bitch off my screen.
The section of the original call-out that shows that
Get that bitch off my screen.
image, and many others that I am not surprised Tiger didn't want to include in their document. The only written statement reads, Bungo Tiger has a consistent habit of commissioning artwork of his original characters as children, aging from prepubescent to just older than an infant. All of these images are sexual in nature and are largely kept private. Bungo Tiger also will often crop this pornography.
I never looked up. Meanwhile, she was begging for him not to quit in 2021. Interesting. So we went from, I didn't know really who he was, other than the edgy meme artist, begging for him to make artwork of her in 2024. And in 2021, when he was going through the retirement phase, isn't that where Daphne? No, 2021 isn't when the Daphne Keene art happened. I don't think the Daphne Keene artwork was in 2021. Am I misremembering that? What year was the Daphne Keene artwork? Was that 2019? And then in 2021, he decided, because the Daphne Keene stuff came out, he had to take his portions of his website down. 2017. Okay, so I'm getting the dates wrong. So 2017 to 2021, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's about 5-year difference. I don't know.
Of underage characters to show it on Twitter, on his live streams, and create profile pictures. The images pictured below are all confirmed to be commissioned by Bungo Tiger. I feel that saying, hey, one of his multiple examples isn't insane absolute freak shit, isn't the most potent snapback here. And we all know that he called it CP line is bait for the lolicons to go and wage a war for them. But Tiger says, this is just one...
Here's what I'm talking about. All right. I swear, like, the one thing that Keem has over, like, everybody is that he is justified to just start going after everybody involving this shit.
I would consider them the worst since they were roommates
for some reason,
that
archive...
him on their podcast.
That archive is weird. Okay, here we go. The Oni guys have still not responded to the whole Shadman thing, and I would consider the worst. They were roommates and sometimes made excuses for him and had posted their podcast. Yeah, I have kind of an issue. I have an issue with Corey Spaz Kid. Because I know that, I believe that Psychic Pebbles has backtracked on a lot of the shit that was said in the past and realized that it was wrong, and same with Chris Oni, if I remember correctly. But I know that some of them, after the fact, which is bullshit. It's still bullshit. They could still be criticized for it, like backtracked on it. Anyway, who wants to do art? You're being active again has been the best news all year in 2021. Bruh. Oh my god.
example of the level of disingenuousness that is being presented throughout a majority of Gilk's document. Okay, Tiger, why didn't you show us some more? Show us some more examples of how he was being disingenuous by claiming the—
Look how Elvis the alien responded. Yeah, that was really funny, sending that to people to look at. Elvis responded like shit. Elvis. Whew. I have never seen a man make a more panicked fucking video in my life. 2 panicked videos in my life. Deleted Twitter. Ooh. Elvis. Those were the worst videos imaginable to put out. It just made it worse. If you want to see what Elvis said, go watch Tommy's channel. He covered the Elvis the alien shit. He covered Elvis the alien's responses to the Shadman allegations that Keemstar made against him, which is bullshit because Elvis had it in the videos. There's no allegations. They were in the videos, and he reviewed the artwork, which is sexualizing the child known as Violet from The Incredibles. And he had it in his video. So like, there's no allegation. It was fucking there. Here's another cope from her. Oh god.
In all the times that like I had mentioned wanting shad art when I like in the past, nobody in my chat until like what was it, last year? I don't know. Skewky might remember when you guys finally fucking told me. But like nobody in my chat knew when I was smaller either, when I had mentioned wanting shad art, that he had done like—
Oh, so we're blaming the chat. Ah, yes. We're blaming the chat. It's the chat's fault that she didn't look deeper into that. It's the chat's fault. Crazy. It's the chat's fault, guys. The chat needs to tell her everything. That's how she knows. She needs to know. Okay, Keem. What is this some retarded vague posting, or who the fuck is Jake Franklin? I have no idea who the fuck that is. Stop with— what is this? Why do you do this? I know you're still in the chat. Pipe up, bro. Like, the fuck is this? I don't even know who Jake Franklin is. Jake the Viking? Is that his real name? Why is he blasting his real name? If she knew about Shadman in 2023, why did she ask for Shadman art in March of this year? She's a lying cunt. Yeah, I can see where that's coming from. I don't think— no, keeps huffing on the oxygen tanks, bro. It's that shit still makes me laugh.
The images are what he described. Show us a few more. I've gotten some art of Tiger in diapers and some art of my adult character fully clothed pissing themselves. Hey folks, art's subjective, but I would absolutely not describe this as an adult character.
That is not an adult character, like, at all. Under any circumstances. That is not an adult character. That's a fucking kid. That's a child. That's 100% a child. 100%. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or canonical ages. No. That is a child. That is a toddler. Okay?
But on the wiki it says 200. Is it the age that someone made up for it that turns you on? Or is it how it looks? And how does it look? It's just a picture of my—
Okay, again, the art. How can any living person explain this in a good way? So here's the argumentation, okay? His name is in his Twitter. I didn't know Jake the Viking's real name. Oh, Jake Franklin. I just know him as Jake the Viking. Doesn't matter. Because I'm retarded. Apologies, game. I'm retarded. But this is the thing. Let me kind of like try to let me explain to you how a lolicon debates this shit, right? If you've never been in a debate with a lolicon or seen the lolicons on Twitter like fight about this shit, here's how they go with this. It's not real, so it's not a kid. That's their argument. It's not pedophilic because it's not real. That's the argument. That is how they try to explain it in a good way. Does that make sense, Leo? That's the argument that they always use. I've dealt with people trying to use that argument against me. Other commentators have dealt with this. Keem's dealt with this. Fucking Chud's dealt with this. Like, all these people, they're like, oh, it's not real, so it's not pedophilic in nature. If it looks like a kid, it's a kid. Yeah, because you're normal. You know, you're normal. Or you have Vosh, short stack goblins. Or you have the Vosh defense. Short stack goblins.
My adult character? Fuck you. This is true. Is it weird to some? Yes, I would suggest. More than weird to more than some. I can only imagine it must be. Does this...
I've gotten art from Taiga in diapers and some art of my adult character fully clothed pissing themselves. This is true. Is it weird to some? No, it's degenerate. It should be degenerate to all. I can only imagine it must be. Does it make it pedophilic? Yes. The word no does not fit in that sentence. Especially when it's that photo. That's pedophilic.
Make me a pedophile? No. It simply does not. I know some of the art might be shocking and gross, and it's not something I would or have commissioned today. I'm sorry you had to see it. Sorry, did you get conversion therapy? Again, why wouldn't you if it's fine? And you said you're still into that kind of thing. So, have I commissioned some weird and very kink-centric art in the past? Yes.
So then you do admit that it is a child kink. You just, bro, all the waffling earlier is completely destroyed by this. Have I commissioned some weird, very kinky-centric art in the past? You answered yes. You commissioned artwork of children. Of your OC as a child covered in piss. And in diapers. You need to be excommunicated from life. Life needs to come at you in the hardest way possible. You just admitted it. It's right there.
My piss is boiling. We're back to, oh, the problem's the kinks, it's the pee-pee stuff.
Drama must be running dry. I've recovered years-long drama. I'm learning about this now, bitch. And I think Taiga is disgusting.
Have I done it since then, 3 years ago? No.
That's crazy, bro. You know, like, them writing, I want to have sex with a child. I feel like is forever something that can be brought up forever. To the day that they die. I feel like that's something that can constantly get thrown in their face until it ends.
I apologized for it a year ago, and I'll apologize for it again. Why, if it's fine? I'm sorry I commissioned this art. However, I am not a pedophile. Gonna be real with you, not a sentence you would catch me saying for myself under any circumstance.
Which is actually a good point. It's like, imagine your life. Imagine you're in a drama, right? You're in a drama. Imagine at any point you have to tweet the words or make a Google document say, I am not a pedophile, when you are caught commissioning artwork of children, piss fetish of children, saying you wanted to fuck children. Like, I couldn't imagine. Could it be me? No, could it be me? No, normal people don't get into these kinds of dramas. They don't.
Anyway, this has been longer than I meant anyway. Let's skip to the conclusion of this issue. In conclusion, I've commissioned art and used terms in the past that can be considered problematic.
This is like writing. This is like when somebody writes like, oh, I said the word retard on Twitter. This is like when somebody's like, oh, I'm sorry I dead named Chris Chan. And they write like a tweet. I said something problematic about the trans community. I said something problematic about the disabled community. This is so pathetic. Oh my god.
It's not a lifestyle I'm currently endorsing. I've made dumb jokes that I thought no
Thank you for the 10 gifted members, QTV.
one could take seriously, and for years they weren't. Mom, it's not creepy little kid art. It's a lifestyle. Get with the times. This is, of course, though, old Taiga. He's learned. He's developed new arguments, more powerful, effective rhetoric. How much better is one of his more recent statements? Chances are, he said in August 2022, your favorite waifu or husbando is not over 18.
Stop jerking off to anime characters. This is how we eliminate it. Okay? This is how we eliminate this. Okay? This is how we eliminate this. All right? Stop jerking off to anime.
Weird. He doesn't want to be seen helping someone that is openly admitted to liking weird content. I feel like that's a weird thing to say, right?
This was 3 days ago?
I don't care if I disagree with someone. I don't care if I don't like the kind of content someone does. I don't care if the person has degenerate sexual proclivities that aren't illegal, or if they're illegal, that's a different story. But if I just think they're degenerate and weird and disgusting, that's a different story. If it aligns with my principles to defend that person, I will. And I feel like that's something that a lot more people could care to do. Like, if Nux comes out and tries to, like, do something to help Taiga get his channels back after slandering him, I feel like that's something majority of people could come together on and be like, Nux did good thing. Alright? Nux did good thing. Nux, the I paid my friends to watch hentai video guy, doesn't like weird content. Kek W, right?
Intriguing. Intriguing.
1. Little boys in anime are just so precious. I want to fuck a little boy.
Story. But if I just think they're degenerate and weird and disgusting, that's a different story. If it aligns with my principles to defend that person, I will. And I feel like that's something that a lot more people could care to do. Like, if Nux comes out and tries to, like, do something...
Yeah, she's cooked. She's cooked. She's cooked. She's hard cooked. Hard cooked. Hard cooked. Hard cooked. You're hard cooked, bitch. You're hard cooked. Got it? You're hard cooked. Oh my god. You're hard cooked. Oh god, get that shit off the screen. This was 4 weeks ago. Okay.
We're talking about it again. By it, I mean to address the elephant in the room, femboys. You know, maybe we talk about femboys a bit too much on this channel, but I guarantee some of you watching those femboy videos have a glisten in your eye because you're so in love with them. You sicko. But there's nothing wrong with liking a person with feminine qualities and all the attributes of a girl, just with a side salad of cock and balls. Not my cup of tea, but you do.
Okay.
I'll judge you from...
This royalty is beyond dishonest. Is it really that bad? Dishonest in what context? The royalty guy? I don't know. I haven't seen the video. What is this? I want to see the most replayed in this area. Oh, right. Where they're talking about, oh, Taiga was getting stalked or whatever. He was getting stalked. Which, yeah, bad. Definitely bad, but it's just weird. I'm not watching this. I don't feel like actually going over this. He doesn't address the original Google document at all. This video is not worth it then. Okay. I didn't want to talk about this guy. I really didn't. I didn't want to talk about Jake Weedle again. We're done. We're done with the Taiga stuff. We're done with the VTuber shit. I literally just want to put a gun in my mouth. Let's talk about the Mr. Beast allegation. Let's talk about the Mr. Beast allegations. With the second worst Mr. Beast video I have seen from this guy's channel. Jake Weedle is a weasel. He's a weasel that just wants money, clout, Doesn't care about the Mr. Beast shit. Doesn't care about any of that stuff. Doesn't care. He doesn't. He cares about the money. He cares about the Patreons. He cares about all this other shit. He doesn't actually care about the important information other than telling his side of the story that Mr. Beast committed war crimes against him. Okay? I don't believe that he had war crimes committed against him. Do I believe that Mr. Beast could definitely be criticized for the poor conditions there? Sure. But this whole war crime bullshit is annoying the fuck out of me. And him, like, I just wanted to plug on Jimmy's YouTube channel and he never let me. Then he uploads this video. I watched this on 2x speed and I could not believe what I was hearing.
What are our options? Is this legally considered defamation? Because I was much struggling here. Can someone tell me what my options are here? Because we were supposed to launch the voice today. Jake knows what he wants. Jake knows what he thinks he needs. He's supposed to be a student. They're comedians and they even all that free. He has no idea how much fucking money I spent on that video. It's just scrap it. Jake, I really Jake's a problem. I think it's Dawson. He really pushed.
That's so keep in mind what I'm about to show you. Okay, you just heard a secret call from Mr. Beast to his team. Okay, secret call. Look at this. Secret call from Mr. Beast. All right. Okay. Okay. Secret call. Now, the title is I Caught Jimmy in a Secret Recording. Now, normally, I'm not one to nitpick clickbait titles, because who gives a shit? But the problem is that this guy and Dogpack are two of the people that have been exposing Mr. Beast this entire time. Now, I won't put air quotes on Dogpack because he still has the third video to come out. And if all of that is from what I've heard behind the scenes is true, yikes. Yeesh. But this whole arc with Jake Weedle is the most retarded fucking arc of the Mr. Beast drama. This guy is pathetic as shit. I don't respect him. I don't feel bad for him at all. And that clip that's been sitting on my fucking channel for multiple days, because we still need a goddamn thumbnail, that clip will show you what I mean. I don't want to go back into my original way of talking about it, because it'll be up on the channel eventually. This is dumb as shit. This is the dumbest fucking video that you could put out.
Right. I got that sent to me, and you know what? That was AI. Yeah, that was AI.
Why are you showing it then? Why are you showing it then? Because you're trying to be a comedian. You're trying to be a funny guy. Dude, people are going to lose interest in you once this Mr. Beast shit dies down, and you know that. So what you're doing is you're clickbaiting the Mr. Beast shit because you know that's why people subscribe to you now. Stop trying to play it off like you're trying to get your truth out there and all this bullshit. That's what you're doing. You are collecting what you can off of the Mr. Beast drama because you know it's going to die eventually for you. Just like everybody else that gets involved in a drama or covers a drama or anything, you have that really heavy spike moment in your career, and then it fucking comes crashing down unless you actually work and get people to like you. You are insufferable.
And I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty damn good AI, wasn't it? That was scout, dude. I thought I had the smoking gun for like 2-3 hours. Swear to God, I was in my room dancing like baby Drizzy. Baby Drizzy.
I have never laughed at a single thing this dude said. It's not because I think he's a pathetic worm. It's like I just don't find him funny. And that's okay. Some people might find him funny.
But alas, no. That was AI. I kept listening to it for a couple of hours, and I was like, this doesn't... Hold on. Wait a second. Why isn't anybody else in the room talking? You know? And I sent it to a lot of people, too. I was like, does this sound real? Does this sound real? I had somebody, on my behalf, put it in one of those, like, AI, like, scan to see if it's AI things. And it...
The stream is harmful. I commit harmful acts all the time. Every day. Every day I commit harmful acts of cruelty on the world. Wait, what? Okay, that's interesting. I just saw something that might be interesting later.
Swear to God, they came back 2%.
I don't know if I'm gonna stream it today, but I am very interested in what I'm hearing.
Likelihood it's AI, and it's AI. I almost got bamboozled, and I knew it was fishy when I was trying to text the person some more information.
You promise you're a real person. I'm not fucking myself by posting this. Is it AI? Haha. It's almost 2 on the money. What's your job? Like, why were you in the room? And again, I can't thank you enough if this is real. But if it's not, I'm fucked. Also, how did you get this number? Again, I'm just making sure, not fucking myself here. This is huge. I love this and love you. My God.
You know? And then they weren't responding. And I was like, hey, man.
Come on, bud. Just give me something so I know it ain't AI. And please, tell me how you got this number. Photo of himself. Yeah, so he got doxxed. He got doxxed. It's very painfully obvious that people found his information or are just sending him shit to fuck with him. And he's an idiot. Thank God that he didn't post that. Oh, my God. Thank God he didn't run with that as legitimate evidence. Thank God somebody was like, bro, look into this first. Like, holy shit.
You're going to really fuck up my shit if this isn't real, dude. But I did end up figuring out and concluding that this was fake. And yeah, I'm a dummy. Okay, whoopsie daisies. And I don't know, if you look back at my Ava Tyson video that I made before, shit hit the fan. Well, that was one of my points, is you never want to jump the gun. You always want to vet your sources. I was in an emotional place, and I almost jumped the gun. And I almost did not vet my sources, and thank God I did. AI is getting so crazy, that people can just make shit up and send it to people and go, wow, this is hot off the presses. And it's bullshit. People are making deep fake, adult videos out of people. And that, if it's not a crime, should be. I think it's a crime. I'm pretty sure it's a crime. So as AI...
It's not that I'm aware of. Is it a crime? I know that Cutie Cinderella wanted to make it a crime. I know she wanted to make it a crime, and Ethan Klein did the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But, hold on. I want to see this. But here's my thing, right? Here's my thing, In Praise of Shadows, Noah Sampson, knockoff, failed comedian. Here's my issue with this video, right? You didn't need to add this, at all in this video, this whole section explaining the AI thing. There's no need for it. There's no need. There was never a point of this. There was never a need for this. At any point, there was no need for that section to be added to the video. I feel like we're all on the same page for that. I feel like normal people looking at that go, why the hell did you add this in here? Look at it like that. The important stuff comes later. Important with, quotations.
Technology like that gets more and more and more, scary.
I'm really happy we're on the soapbox of AI in this world, because AI is not scary, and I will prove it to you now that it is not scary, okay? How can this be scary? How can this be scary artwork? How? How can it be scary artwork? How is Kermit dressed as a pimp in Compton scary? This one might scare people. Kermit, I've tried to do Mr. Frog, but it wouldn't let me. Mr. Frog and Hitler doing a speech to the United Nations. I don't think that this is scary. This is good AI. This is fun AI. Bender being pro-Israel is not scary. Okay? Don't slander AI.
For the love of God, check your sources. Vet your sources. And make sure the sources you have are good. Otherwise, you're going to look like an idiot. I came this close to looking like an idiot. I'm an idiot. Hey, I didn't expect you to actually respond.
Yeah, you got me. I took my resume off the website. Yep, he got doxxed. Super fake, though, bro. Damn, I'm impressed. I will be doing a video about this law. Sorry, man. Didn't expect you to actually respond. I was messaging around thinking it might be funny if it ended up on Drama Alert. So this guy was trying to bait Drama Alert. That's too funny. Or something, but definitely pushed it too far. But for real, fuck Beast. Hope things are better for you, man. Sorry for causing you trouble. Glad you could do a video at the least, bruh. You would have fucked up my whole shit. I thought it was the best Beast team fucking with my head, no lie. You know how paranoid I've been. It was believable as fuck. I don't know how you believe that.
I was messing around thinking it might be funny. Ended up on Drama Alert or something, but definitely pushed it too far. Bro, you would have fucked my whole shit up. I thought that was the Beast team fucking with my head. You know how paranoid I've been? And then I started singing this dude's praises, man. I was like, you beat the AI test. You made it stutter? This guy made an AI stutter? Look, I no problem with that guy. I mean, if I ran with it, my credibility tanked, then yeah, that guy would have really pissed me off, but I'm a very forgiving person, so it's all right. I honestly gave him credit. I was pretty good. That was a damn good AI. You got a good future ahead of you, brother. Just use it for good, all right? What did Uncle Ben say? With great power comes great... Oh! No, that's not what the real Jimmy said. However, the real Jimmy did reach out. Okay? All right? Let's hope this doesn't, relax. Listen. Jimmy reached out.
Okay.
Before I talk about how the conversation went and what's happening moving forward, I know the weight that all of this has. Because Jimmy hasn't publicly responded yet. And as of right now, I'm recording this Wednesday morning, okay? So I don't know if things have changed since the...
So you're jumping ahead. So you're jumping ahead is what you're doing. You're trying to get ahead of this. That's how I perceive it. You're trying to get ahead of Mr. Beast making some form of response so that you don't get caught up in the Mr. Beast video being like, hey, me and him squashed it. I paid whatever I did, paid him out or whatever for the trouble of that one video, which I don't believe that you deserve any more money than what you got. But, fuck me, right? Fuck me, right? I guess I'm just an asshole. I don't believe that he deserves $300,000. So yeah, we're jumping to conclusions. First we're jumping to conclusions, and then we're trying to get ahead of the Mr. Beast response. So this is gonna go well.
Timing of this upload, it should be Friday when this goes up. So let me just talk about why this is so important. Everything I said in Dogpack's video, everything I said in both of my videos, everything I've been saying is my true feelings. That's how I felt, and those are things I saw with my eyeballs and heard with my earballs. And I stand behind all of those.
So there's a difference between feel and then what actually happened, okay? Feel isn't enough for us to work off of. We need facts, all of these things, right? And even your story about the isolation video, I found to be subpar. It's your truth. It's not the truth. Okay? It's not the truth. Dogpack is probably going to release what I genuinely believe is the more important shit about the Mr. Beast situation than anything. I'm going to reiterate what I care about in this drama, okay? I just like to bash Jake because he's a fucking loser. But what I really care about, okay, is if Mr. Beast and his company were complicit in covering up any form of crimes involving or inappropriate behavior with minors from Chris Tyson or any other of the teams. Any person on the team that they covered up for, that's more important than anything. The whole Jake the Viking's brother-in-law is 50 times more important than you getting upset that you only got paid $100,000 for a thing that you signed up for. And that, to be honest, Mr. Beast, again, can be criticized for the poor conditions of the jacuzzi and the fucking ice cream thing. Whatever.
Knows with help.
I think Dogpack should edit down his next part to the most important points. Yeah, that would be great. But we're dealing with people that are trying to put on a spectacle more than anything, which usually I don't have an issue with. But this is another level. This is the biggest YouTube channel on the planet. On top of that, it is a multi-million-dollar company. On top of that, this multi-million-dollar company helps fund philanthropy projects all over the world. Okay? There's a lot of moving parts to this. But these guys would rather make a spectacle, which I would do it too. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to pretend to be a hypocrite here and be like I wouldn't make it a spectacle. But I wouldn't be doing what Jake here does at all. I wouldn't be uploading a video talking about my private conversation with Mr. Beast. I wouldn't be uploading my video about how someone almost tricked me with Mr. Beast AI and make a joke out of it. Like, I wouldn't be adding filler to very important information that is necessary for the masses to know. You know? That's just me. I wouldn't be adding that filler. That's just me, though. Other people love the spectacle shit. I thought it was really gay that Nate did the whole countdown timer for the fucking Chris Tyson vlogs. I thought that shit was fucking retarded. I hate the spectacle. This is real shit that affected real people that may have covered up illicit crimes. There shouldn't be a countdown timer for logs. Okay? Jake is going to be a flash in the pan. You are correct, Ben. He's a flash in the pan waiting to die. Waiting to die, and his career is going to go whoo when it's all said and done. He'll still have a loyal base that feels sorry for him and maybe does like his content now. But it's not going to be 200,000 plus people. It's just not going to happen. Nope. It's not going to continue.
Things with my full ass chest. Ass chest? And I wanted to talk to you guys I said in my community notes, which I'm going to tone those down. Sorry about that. But in my community notes, I asked you guys, this is how I think Jimmy should respond publicly to everything. But for me, this is how I'd like it to be handled for me. And I asked you guys, if like he offered me money, what would you guys be okay with? Because I'm iffy about it, dude. Like I've consistently said that I don't care about money. In fact,
I don't care about money. Didn't you have a whole section that you only got $100,000? Did you have a whole section in your interview where you were upset that you got paid $100,000 and that you made it 10 days and they were like, oh, well, I didn't get the full amount. So you don't care about money, but you do care about money. Which is it, buddy? Which is it? Do you not care? Because if you didn't care about money, you would tell Mr. Beast to jam it up your ass if you really had morals and convictions to having an issue with how Mr. Beast operates and makes that money. That's what you would do. But no, you took the money. Because you care about money. Just like everybody else in this world. Everybody cares about money. Everybody gives a shit about it. There is nobody on this planet that doesn't care about money anymore. It's not possible. Unless you are a monk in the Himalayas, most people give a shit. And I would say about 99% of humanity cares about money. You doing this whole I don't care about money, guys. I'm righteous in that aspect. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a fucking second. You wouldn't take the money that Mr. Beast offered you. You wouldn't have taken it. Again, you wouldn't have done it again. You wouldn't have gone back after your issues with Mr. Beast to do the what's it called? To do this isolation video. If you really had morals and convictions, you wouldn't have gone back. You wouldn't have gone back. So, come on, buddy.
Turned down money from Jimmy on multiple occasions. There's a hide and seek video we did, right?
So there's a difference between so this is the thing. He's going to frame, I've seen this section and it annoys the fuck out of me. He says, I have never taken money. I have declined I've declined taking money from Mr. Beast before. Pay attention very carefully to how it's framed.
I was in 2 out of the 3 hide and seek videos that came out when they were coming out, pretty consistently. And in the first hide and seek video, me and my good buddy Ben Malone, we found each other in the theater room, East Carolina University, and we said to each other, and this used to happen sometimes behind the scenes when I was there, which I don't think this is too crazy. Honestly, I think it's all in good fun. We would say, hey man, if one of us gets first, let's split it, huh? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And that's not terrible and fake. It's just honestly, I think that makes it more fun because it's not about winning and losing your money. It's just having a good time. And so on the first one, Ben Malone won. Right?
But it is about winning money because you're splitting it down the middle. Wait, what? Hold on. I didn't catch that last time. Now I'm really analyzing it.
Let's split it, huh? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And that's not terrible and fake.
Hold on, I want to hear.
And this used to happen sometimes behind the scenes when I was there, which I don't think this is too crazy. Honestly, I think it's all in good fun. We would say, hey man, if one of us gets first, let's split it, huh? And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And
wait, you just turn around and say, no, bro, you deserve it. You won. If you didn't care about the money, you wouldn't split it. What? Remember, he said he doesn't care about the money. It's all just a good fun.
And that's not.
But remember, at the same time, Mr. Beast is a monster that had a quote unquote from his own words, Jeff Bezos level gimp. That's his own words. How he described how Mr. Beast treated him. Just remember that.
Terrible and fake. It's just honestly, I think that makes it more fun because it's not about winning and losing your money. It's just having a good time. And so
it's about having a good time. But if it was about having a good time, you wouldn't care about splitting the money. You'd just be like, dude, you won it. You won it. Take the money.
First one, Ben Malone won, right? And me and Ben were actually the last 2 contestants left. So the fact that it came down to us 2 and we still got to split it, that was really cool. So that was great. So me and Ben split that prize money. In the second hide and seek video, we filmed that on the set of one of the Hunger Games. That was where District 12 was. Me and Ben didn't have that conversation again. Hey, if one of us wins, let's split it, right? We just played the game, And I got out 6th. 6th place. And then Ben Malone won again. I swear to God, that wasn't fake. Ben was the unironic hide and seek champion. And when it was over, he said, Jake, I won. You want to split it? And I said, what? No.
Which is fair on his part to decline it this time. But remember, his positioning argument is, I do not care about money. That was his positioning argument to start this. So he was cool with splitting it there. Then you have the other part of it where he's like, well, I made 6th place. That's fair. I'm totally cool with that. He's like, oh, I declined it. But this is bullshit. If you didn't care about the money, you wouldn't care about it in both situations. He was raised in poverty and hangs money out of his head to force him to do stuff for money. And he constantly says no. Mr. B, where's the proof of that? Where's the proof of that? Here's my argumentation on that. So when Jake was offered to leave and they said, can you continue? And he said, yes, I can continue, made it 10 whole days and still did all of those things instead of just tapping out. Did Mr. Beast hold a gun to his head or say, you can't leave? You're not allowed to leave. We can't lose. Like, can we do that? Like, how was he forced to stay there? He wasn't. They said you could leave at any time, and each day that you're here, you get paid out $10,000. He made it 10 days.
We didn't have an agreement like that this time. And I got like 6th place. No, it's fine. You keep all the money. And
Which
what was
is
that?
good.
I think it was like $75,000.
Which is good. Good on Jake for doing that.
And we split that. That's how much? 30 and some change? I don't know. So yeah, I've turned down a lot of money before. Just because I...
One time. Those are 2 examples that you've shown. One of them is that you and your friend wanted to split it. The other one was your friend won 1st place and you won 6th place. And you declined it because he actually won. That's 2 instances. Where are the rest of them? We did an interview with Dog. He said that he went from pocket for hanging out with money above his head. I just don't remember which part of the interview he said that. No, I get it. But like that doesn't change anything in my perspective.
You know? It's not about... I don't give a fuck. I don't care about money. I think everybody should be able to eat food and have a house. And get...
Okay, I don't care about your ideology. I really don't care. Is there proof that he declined anything, or are you just taking his word for it? I have no proof of that. I'm just gonna let him ride with this one. If he declined it, fine. I'll let him ride. Let it ride, because everything else he says, he just contradicts himself, and I'll probably catch him on that and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't work out. You said you didn't take the money in this moment. So I'll let it ride. See what happens, Gilded Pooh. I'm just gonna let the roulette wheel go on Jake's career and see what happens.
Medical care. I hate money so much. Oh, it's ran my life. I hate it. So in that spirit, when solitary confinement was over, yeah, I was upset I didn't get what I thought I was getting.
Plus, I lost all respect from this guy when his second video came out, and he was like, we need Hassan and Vosh involved. And I was like, fuck you, you're retarded. You're actually a fucking creature of the night. Hassan and Vosh. You're going to try and get Hassan and Vosh involved. One of them said America deserves 9/11 and tried to compare a JDAM missile through audio. The other guy has a lolicon horsecock folder. Yeah. Get those guys involved. You had respect for him? No. No, but like the little amount of charitability I was giving completely almost got blown out of the water when I heard that. Again, nobody's forced you to jack shit. No one holds a gun to your face. He was just envy for the money and couldn't help his greed. Yeah. So like, boo. Vosh is horrific. Yeah, Vosh is a lolicon consumer.
I thought I was getting 300, and I got like a third of that. You take taxes out, I got let me know, and it was more about the treatment. It was more about how
But you in your video you complained about the money. You complained about the taxes. You were like, I had to pay so much in taxes, and like, bro, you didn't pay taxes correctly. Like, you had to pay a lump sum like a retard. And you tried to blame it on like, oh, well, nobody ever told me how to do this. Bro, the minute you have that much money, go to a financial advisor. Go to a financial advisor immediately. And say, hey, how do I maximize this amount of money without getting fucked on taxes? They would tell you what Diorio said in his live stream.
It was more about feeling like the guy on the street who Jimmy gives money to, and he's supposed to be thankful he got it. And he just... The fact that it was still a mechanism of the game, you know, that's what I didn't like. Nothing to do with money. Yeah, so.
Okay, but did he purposely treat you like absolute shit? Is my question. I don't care that he gives money to people if they win a fucking game show or a video game show. I don't care. So what, he gives money? Who cares? I literally don't give a fuck. I don't care that he fakes his videos. I don't care that there's movie magic. I don't care about any of that stuff. Where is the legitimate malice coming from Mr. Beast in regard to these things? Where are the cover-ups for the sexual assault that is being alleged by Dogpack that the Mr. Beast company covered up? Why was Jake the Viking's brother-in-law allowed to work at Mr. Beast? I care about all those things. I don't care about your problems.
Jimmy called. Well, he texted. First, I was at a pizza place in Brooklyn. You know, just eating a pizza. That's what you do at a pizza place in Brooklyn. Oh, where is my Jimmy DM? Oh, where is my Jimmy DM? He said, hey, I wanted to reach out and say I didn't mean to cause you mental stress with that video, and I apologize. Clearly, it had an effect on you. You mentioned you'd like to be paid out the rest of the prize money, the other $190,000. And I'd love to make things right with you. I have zero expectation of you mentioning me sending you this.
You don't deserve this money. You don't deserve that money. No. Sorry. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. You don't deserve the 190. You made it 10 days. You signed up for it. You signed up for the 10 days. You got paid out the 10 days. Boom. Done. Mr. Beast is being overly generous doing this, in my opinion. I think it's a little ridiculous. I would have said I genuinely apologize for how, this situation affected you. And that's it. But instead, Mr. Beast is apparently being overly generous and giving this guy the rest of the money, which is fucking ridiculous.
Money publicly or taking down any videos. This is just me wanting to help you out and make sure you're good. I just need to know if you still have the same bank or not. We'll send you the money on Monday. Wish you the best. Now, let's talk about that. I didn't want him to make a public spectacle about his apology to me.
But you made it a public spectacle now. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm pause Andying this fucking Praise of Shadows douchebag knockoff. You didn't want a public spectacle of Mr. Beast paying you. But you made it a public spectacle. You just didn't want Jimmy to do it. But you made it a public spectacle. He did what you wanted, and now you're making it a public spectacle. This is why I hate this guy. This is why I fucking hate Jake.
I still think he owes a massive collective something.
What?
An apology, an explanation, just a statement. And as of this moment, more stuff is going to come out. So I think he should wait and publicly say something about everything soon. But he's got to digest everything as it trickles out, right? So for me, the personal apology, the person-to-person thing, there was no lawyers around. There wasn't a spectacle. There was no camera in my face. I respected that. That's how I would have wanted it to go down.
But you were putting a camera in your face talking about the private conversation that you just had with Mr. Beast. He contacted you privately. Yeah, this asshole's making it a public spectacle on his own now.
I couldn't take it. I couldn't.
Jake would be a very popular guy in prison. Holy shit, Gilded. He already did solitary confinement for 10 days. He's got it ready for jail.
Take 100. I just couldn't.
Fuck.
Take it. Because it's still a mechanism of the game. It's still like the rest of the prize money. That's not what it was about. But the other consistent point I was making was when you have no money, it's not a choice, is it? So I need that money.
You have no money. Okay. Let me take a look at something real quick. You have no money. 1.3 million views, 461K views, 250K views. Let's take a look at the community page. As of today, I just got monetized. He also gained 200 plus Patreon members. Really need the money though. Really,
welcome back to the channel.
Really needs
Really
needs $190,000. Really needs that money. Also,
$90,000, and I'd love to make things right with you.
You are right, Metal. That is a good point. There's no date listed in this screenshot. There's no date listed in that screenshot. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I didn't look at that. Where's the timestamp? Where's the log of when it was sent, the time it was sent, and the date it was sent? Because that cropping is pretty convenient not showing that. It's pretty convenient not showing that.
I have zero expectation of you something. You know, and take 100. I just couldn't take it. Because it's still a mechanism of the game. It's still like the rest of the prize money. And that's not what it was about. But the other consistent point I was making was when you have no money, it's not a choice, is it? So, I need that money. I don't want you guys to think that that's going to change how I feel. I don't want you guys to think I'm going to go back on anything I said.
Oh my god. You've got to be kidding. I said it in the beginning of watching this. This is to come out on top when Mr. Beast puts out his video. It says, me and Jake have squashed it. I didn't realize how bad it was. I offered him the rest of the money that he believes that he is owed, which is bullshit. So this dude is getting ahead of the fact that he took the rest of the payment from Mr. Beast because he knows the audience is going to lose their shit when Mr. Beast comes out with his response on it.
Woo! This 190k DM back when the vid happened, or now?
Yeah. What is it? He wants everything both ways. Yes. He wants to be made whole again by all the horrible things that Mr. Beast did. He also wants people not to hate him for taking the money that he quote unquote needs. He needs $190,000. He needs that. After hitting monetization on his YouTube channel the same month that his biggest videos are happening, getting 200 new Patreon members at the minimum, if it's $5 a month, making $2,000. On top of the Patreon members he already had. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I still want Dogpack's videos to come out and shed light on some...
Spag really said, I got my 5 minutes of fame about getting what I want.
Yep.
Now give me more because I'm the victim here. I fucked up and I deserve it.
Right. And I'm going to be honest with you, Leo. I kind of believe he will. From what I'm seeing, his channel is starting to slow. Like, Mr. Beast's channel is starting to slow. And here's an example of, like, here's an isolated example that I personally have had involving the Mr. Beast stuff. So, my friends and family don't talk to me at all. And people that I used to work with before I did YouTube don't ever talk to me about YouTube. I haven't talked to this guy in a long time, this ex-coworker. He has a kid. He texted me, hey, what's going on with the Mr. Beast stuff? Because I can't I won't let my kid watch him anymore. That's not a joke. That is a real conversation that I had. A rando with a kid that doesn't watch any YouTube himself. He's a guy that goes camping. Like, he is the most non-online person I have ever met. And when I get a text like that, that's how you know that this is outside of the realm of just the internet. Okay? This is everywhere now. This is getting everywhere. I really believe Mr. Beast is going to have to make a response because of that kind of incident right there. That kind of incident. That's just one person, right? I don't know about the rest of the world, obviously. But when I have an interaction like that, that's not a good sign, because he never talks about YouTube shit, doesn't care about YouTubers, doesn't care about Mr. Beast, doesn't care about drama, doesn't care about any of this. But when he texts me and saying, hey, I saw an article and I heard about the Mr. Beast stuff, and I check up on what my kid's watching, and I looked into what's going on with Mr. Beast, and I can't let him watch Mr. Beast anymore. What's going on? When you have to explain that to a normie, that's how you know it left the sphere of just regular internet drama. That's why I believe Mr. Beast is going to make a response. Because now it's slowly starting to really creep into the normie sphere. Okay?
Stories that need to be heard. And I want Rosanna to keep fucking crushing at that bitch. Oh, she's so...
Rosanna is dumb as fuck. Has been since the beginning. I will stand on that. The bitch is just salty that she showed Mr. Beast's video that she was supposed to be in and got cut out of the final cut because she is a vindictive cunt. That is what I think of Rosanna. I don't care that people are, like, doing this whole, oh, Rosanna was right the whole time about Mr. No, she wasn't. She got cut out of a YouTube video and got pissy about it. That's not the same about being right that Mr. Beast's company allegedly covered up sexual assault. Not the same. Not the same.
Gosh, it's crushing it, dude. I talked to somebody else over there. A good friend who I lost, who was a saint, who broke his ankle. I did not lose him as a friend. In fact, the same night Jimmy called, I had a 3-hour-long conversation on the phone with that guy. And that was lovely. And so, yeah, I'm one of those assholes who does get along with everybody. Isn't that annoying? I swear to God, Dogpack is public enemy number 1 over there. And I love that guy, okay? And then over here, I got Mr. Beast employees texting me, saying, Jake, we love you too. Fellas, hey, come on. So,
fuck you. Just get to the point.
Jimmy texted me that. And I did what I do best. I yap. Oh, I'm a yapper. Oh, I be yapping. I sent Jimmy big, long texts, you know?
Send it. Show it. What, you're going to show Mr. Beast DMs, but not your DMs?
I sent him big, long text about how I feel. I sent him big, long text about why I felt like I had a huff and puff in my chest, why I was so scared to come out. I said everything, basically, that I said in all those Dogpack videos. I said him to his face. And he called me, you know?
No, you said it over text message. Stop it.
Because when you get that many text messages, like, whoa, hey, let's talk on the phone, okay? So we talked on the phone for a while. And I'm just, for the sake of, look.
All right, so Getza. Dogpack is alleging. Here's where the sexual misconduct and sexual assault or sexual harassment allegations are coming from Dogpack. Dogpack is accusing the Mr. Beast company of covering up for sexual harassment and sexual assault of contestants on the show by members of the Mr. Beast production team. But there's no evidence. There's been nothing. He hasn't shown anything. He just showed DMs with other people saying that it happened. So until I see this guy's face and see more, that's what's happening. That is where that allegation's coming from.
If I'm building this audience on authenticity, being honest, being genuine, okay?
No, you're building this honest. You're building, be real, bro. You're building this community off of the Mr. Beast drama.
Also crying a lot? That's funny. Yeah, that's my...
Yeah, PewDiePie is infallible. Subscribe to PewDiePie. The bridge incident wasn't that big of a deal. No one cares. No one cares about the bridge incident. No one cares about the Wall Street Journal article. Subscribe to PewDiePie.
Brand is being honest and crying a lot. You know how many thumbnails? You know how many thumbnails I've been in where I'm crying? I've been in a lot of crying thumbnails. Philip DeFranco. I'm in one Philip DeFranco thumbnail. I'm going to do a reenactment of what our phone conversation between me and Jimmy was. And this is not exactly how it happened. This is a reenactment for the sake of comedy, but this is the crux of what it was. And look, when Jimmy was on the phone, I've seen Jimmy speak at regular hangouts. I've seen Jimmy speak on camera, behind the camera. When I tell you, this is the most human I've ever heard Jimmy speak. So take that as you will. So me and Jimmy are texting a little bit, and then he calls me, and the conversation goes, hey, I'm really sorry about all that. That was fucked up, and I should have put you through that. So I have a lot of money. Do you want some? Oh, how much money? How about the rest of the money from the thing? About $190,000. Would you like that? Would you like $190,000? Oh, that's the thing. I know. I don't want you to think that you got to take any videos down. I don't want you to think you're. You don't have to post anything because I don't want it to look like I'm buying you out or you're being silent. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. This is just for you to make things. Yeah, I respect that. I appreciate that. But you know how it looks. For you to give me this cash that I desperately.
So now we're switching it to, okay, this is interesting now. So so we have no record. You didn't record this call at all? You didn't record this call at all? To prove that's how Mr. Beast was framing it? No, he's trying to do it from a comedy perspective, Art. So Mr. Beast didn't say that. He just thinks it's funny. It's a comedic way of putting together the reenactment of the call to make it sound as slimy as possible. But it's comedy. It's funny. It's funny, apparently.
Right? I want my audience to trust me here. I want to remain credible. Yeah, totally. So I can. You don't even like post about it. Don't worry about it. Just take this cash. I just don't. Counter offer. 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50. That's going to cover all my debts, some medical bills that I have. I have taxes on the back burner from last year because I'm freelance. And that'll get me back to zero. And I get to keep saying whatever the hell I want. I get to keep being honest. I get to keep being authentic. I'm not going to worry about you guys coming after me for being myself. Yeah, great. Bank info still the same? So that's the deal. Oh, wow, you took money from Mr. Beast after all that stuff? You said, yeah, I'm a socialist with a smartphone, okay? I didn't just fall out of a coconut tree.
A socialist with a smartphone. Oh, my God. I hate this guy.
Money, just this $50,000? Well, first of all, you're going to tax it, so let's say it's more like $30,000. I still have, student loans, and that's because I was going to wait to see if Joe Biden was going to get rid of those guys. Sure didn't. Oh.
You're an idiot. You're actually a dumbass! Were you just not paying on your student loans this whole time? Expecting Joe Biden to do it for you? You are what's wrong with America, dude. Are you... You've got to be kidding me. Stop. Is this guy an idiot? Or is he serious? He's that guy. He waited for Joe Biden. He waited for Joe Biden to pay on his student loans. This guy's a fucking idiot. He's not funny for his comedy. He's funny for how stupid he is.
Oh, was I a fool in that regard? Thanks, Joe. And oh yeah, all that money is going to go to, you know, stuff I have to pay to live because I live in the best country in the world, you know? So I'm not loaded still. I still have a day job. I still, you know, am barely getting by. And I'm still not monetized either, by the way. I have to meet a watch time threshold before I get to that.
Excuse me. You definitely were monetized by that 1 million view video. Wait a minute. How weren't you monetized by this? Hold on.
Hey!
Oldest. 5.3, 6.3, 9.6. How weren't you monetized? Wait a minute. How weren't you monetized with all of these views? I got monetized before you. How didn't you get monetized? 30K right there. How weren't you monetized a year ago? The watch time was not that hard to hit a year or two ago. And neither was the view necessity, nor the sub necessity. How weren't you monetized? That's confusing. Did you just not hit... Did you just never set yourself up for monetization? Because this is the kind of... These are the kind of views I had throughout the time frame I was getting monetized, and I got monetized way before you. He wasn't monetized because he doesn't care about money, Chris. True. But it just seems weird to frame it that, like, oh, I'm not monetized, but, like, he has enough videos and potential viewership to be monetized for, like, 3 years now. Unless he's just a complete retard and just kept letting the channel die, like, every month.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. I liked it, you know? So, look, I'm going to keep talking shit. But I think I'm the only one who might be allowed to do it. So, Jake the Viking better watch out. Because Jake the Jester's here. So, in that regard, I appreciate that. And if you want to see more of my videos, maybe I'll...
There might be 3 video uploads a 90 day. This is his 3rd video, I guess. But did he get monetization removed? Because that would make sense. If he just didn't upload and he had his monetization removed, then yeah, I can see that. But he didn't explain it that way. He just said, I haven't been monetized yet. Maybe that's just my autism. Like, hyperfixating on his specific sentence.
talk about, you know, a story that happened on set that wasn't that cool. Maybe I'll talk about a story on set that was cool. You know, maybe I won't talk about any of that stuff. Maybe I'll talk about stand-up comedy. You know, maybe I'll talk about...
Maybe you don't talk about Mr. Beast at all anymore. You're just kind of making this worse for, like, everybody. Like, you're just making this worse. We're getting distracted by your retardation. That's where we're at. Like, that's where we're at now. I don't get you.
Why YouTube is the problem here. YouTube used to be, you're a guy with a camera talking about your day, making silly little videos with your friends. You know, Charlie bit my finger. And now it's just another streaming service. Now it's just Amazon. It's just Netflix. And YouTube. Hey, YouTube, you look at me? Hey, get back to your roots. Please. Don't put all your funding into these big fucking guys. You gotta promote your little guys. Okay? And when I say your little guys, I mean your team's of one. You know? Your Drew Goodens, your Curtis Connors, you know? Maybe not your Cody Cozy.
Drew Gooden. Oh, God. Drew Gooden. This guy.
Everybody.
Oh, God.
More. It's okay. I'm talking Eddie Burback. Okay.
Chef's sleeping.
Hey, that guy's doing great work. YouTube.
What about Gus Johnson? Gus is great. Gus got canceled due to bullshit that Eddie Burback caused at his ex-girlfriend. What about Guy? What about Gus Johnson? Gus is a good man. The cat is sleeping somewhere. I don't know where he is, Nako.
Needs to feel like it's run by regular people like it used to. But if you want to go the whole streaming service route, then get the WGA involved, okay? If you want to play with...
Nope, don't get the WGA involved. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because why is YouTube... Hold on. YouTube just allows people to upload their videos to the service. If somebody gets big and starts a production company around doing that, that's not YouTube's problem. Why the hell do they have to be involved? Why do they have to be involved? Why does the WGA need to be involved with an independent with YouTube when it's an independent creator that hires these people and builds a team with these people and has salaries for these people? Why the hell does the WGA have to get involved with YouTube?
The big boys, you gotta...
Didn't Gus neglect his pregnant wife? So that story was significantly blown out of proportion to the highest degrees possible. And you know who broke that story and changed the perception on Gus Johnson? Pay Money Wubby. Pay Money Wubby has my respect for the rest of my life for that Gus Johnson interview. Unless Pay Money Wubby gets accused of something completely heinous.
Get the unions involved. Because if you want to make Amazon money, if you want to make Netflix money, and you're going to let the YouTubers run it, people are going to get hurt.
Okay, so YouTube doesn't need to get involved then. It needs to be, the WGA needs to be involved with the YouTubers, not with YouTube itself. Fuck off.
Do I have to explain this? It's easy to see. Why am I the only one saying this? Anyway, yeah.
Because you're retarded and you don't understand how this company works. You don't understand the difference between the site in of itself and the creators that operate on said site. You don't know shit. You're some sort of douchebag that bought into the LA WGA needs to be represented all the time bullshit.
That's where I'm coming from, okay? I received an apology. I turned
Good.
down some cash, and I am still not monetized. And if you want...
It's crazy that you weren't monetized. I just weirdly don't believe that. Weirdly don't believe that. You don't get it, Chris. YouTube is a Google site. Yeah, we all paid. When Google acquired YouTube, it was actually everybody that used the site paid for that. We paid over $1 billion for the site to be run by the fucking chimps at the zoo. Jake talked about Mr. Beast in 2020. Wait, what? Why is this my stream? Weird. I'm kind of done streaming. I'm fucking exhausted. Thank you, Barry, for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you. Let me see here. All right, so Nick isn't live like he said he would because Nick's never live when he says he's supposed to be live. Who the fuck can I raid right now? I'm going to send you over to Toastify. I'm going to be by the way, spoilers, I'm going to be in a Toastify video. Either in the future or for the most recent one. So I'm going to send you over to Toastify. And Toastify doesn't have redirect set up for his channel because he's a fucking idiot. Here you go. Go tell Toastify I said hi. His stream is just starting. If you like Toastify's content, his live streams are interesting. So go tell him I said hi, all right? Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the generous donations, the gifted memberships. You guys are amazing and keep this channel going. I'm gonna keep this live stream up. Don't feel like privating it. Kind of need to collect the viewership from the fact that we didn't upload the last clip. So new clip coming up, going over the Jake stuff that I talked about before. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night.